Extreme ways are back again, extreme places I didn't know. I broke everything new again, everything that I know. I threw it out the windows, came along. Extreme ways I know will mark the colors of my sea. All perfect coloring. Extreme ways that help me, they help me out late at night. Extreme places I had gone, they never seen any light. Oh, dirty basements, dirty noise, dirty places coming through. Extreme worlds alone, well, did you ever like it then? Oh, I was standing out for this. There's always room in life for this. Some sounds that told me, they helped me out late at night. I didn't have much to say, I didn't give up the light. I closed my eyes, I closed myself, I closed my world. I never opened up to anything that could cut me at all. I had to close down everything, I had to close down my mind. Too many things could cut me, too much could make me blind. I've seen so much in so many places, so many heartaches, so many faces, so many different things you couldn't even believe. I would stand in line for this. There's always room in life for this. Oh, hey, oh, hey, it fell apart, it fell apart. Oh, hey, oh, hey, it fell apart, it fell apart. Oh, hey, oh, hey, it fell apart, it fell apart. Oh, hey, oh, hey, it fell apart, it fell apart. When you say my name, boy, when you say my name, and you say my name, boy, I say it again. Oh, I know I can, oh, I know I can, oh, I know I can.
Well, people, good to see you all. In this corona pandemic. Ooh. Oh God, man. I'm scared to cough or sneeze or fart or anything. I'll just burp instead. Right. Good to see you, people. I hope you're not too anxious about what's going on, because we're living in strange times, man. Good to see you, Dan. I've got the beer tonight. Good to see you, Kakes. I'll give everyone a wee shout. There's Vlad, stumbling off the edge of reality. Dagon, nice to see ya. Vagination, joy. Right, so it looks like Britain might be going on the extreme end of lockdown, but fucking hell, people, this is... I didn't think I'd be still speaking about this fucking virus. And we've had many forms of this virus. MARS, SARS, fucking... They're just respiratory viruses. All today we are breathing. But for some reason, this has gained fucking so much traction on the news and on social media. It's fucking... People will give up their liberties. They've been trying it with terrorism for the past fucking 20 years. And they just need to throw one virus in there, eh? 20 years and terrorism couldn't get the public to fucking bend this way. It just shows you how powerful this viral thing is. Because when you think about it, this is probably bigger than 9/11. This is probably bigger than 9/11, people. Because the implications are felt all over the fucking world. Like, fair enough, the 9/11 thing with America, like, we saw it in the news. We were at a distance, us in the UK and other parts of the world. But this coronavirus fucking epidemic, everybody's affected by it. So to me, it could be bigger than 9/11, and the implications and the changes in society could be fucking bigger than 9/11. I'm not even worried about this virus being a real virus. Is it a fake virus? Is it a real virus? Is it flu disguised as corona? I don't really care about any of that shit. I know I'm going to survive through it. What I'm worried about is the consequences of this in society itself. Like, fucking, what's the implications? What laws are going to change? What freedom of movement can we have? Are we going to get tested if we fucking cough in a fucking shit? Like, what's the implications of all this? And this panic buying bullshit, man. People think there's food running out. It's called supply and demand. Like, fucking supermarkets only getting, just say, 100 loaves of bread and 100,000 loaves of bread, sorry, a week, just say, supermarkets. And suddenly 200,000 loaves are being bought per week. Well, do you know what? Supply and demand works like the supermarkets won't have enough to stock up that week and the next again week because it's all been bought. They can't just change their orders overnight. There's plenty of food there, people. There's plenty of toilet roll. There's plenty of fucking stuff there. It's just the supply and demand. So don't be fucking frightened by the fact there's nothing on the shelves. There's fucking plenty of food there. It's just these morons running out and fucking buying it all up. How you doing, Vagination Joy? Frozen Bat was all sold out. I noticed the vegans are trying to turn this into a fucking... Oh, if it wasn't for meat eaters, this wouldn't have happened. And the vegans are trying to fucking turn it in their favour. Oh, there's so many the environmentalists. Fuck, the environmentalists will love this shit. I've been driving about outside. There's no cars. Like, there's like satellite pictures of China. There's no fucking clouds or pollution over China anymore. I think after it's said and done, they're going to get their way with this climate stuff. If this is meant to be some kind of climate emergency, well, fucking, they're stopping the factories in China. There's hardly a car on the road. Again, every fucking company, business fucking is practically shut down. So how much power are they actually using? This could be like used as an environmental thing and a vegan thing and a political thing, economic thing, fucking viral medical thing. God, there's so many aspects that the fucking powers that be can use this to their advantage. Stumbling off the edge of reality. Hey, Mick. Aye, so well, I've been going into work and fucking some of my workmates are fucking frantic about it. They're like, oh, we've heard about fucking frozen refrigerator vans because the morgues are going to be overflowing with bodies and fucking. I'm like, oh my fucking god, what do these people listen to? Like my missus, she works like kind of on the front line. She's a NHS nurse, and she's a community care nurse, so she has to go around mainly elderly people and vulnerable people that need catheters changed and fucking. My missus does all that horrible shit. She gives them drugs when they're on their way out, when they're dying in their bed and they're in pain. My missus will help them on their way, sort of thing. So my missus is on the front line of this, and she's not coming home every night saying, "Oh, a certain patient died of coronavirus," or "Oh, I heard this person's caught coronavirus." My missus is coming home and it's the fucking same. It's the same. If anything, it's just a bit busier for her. Because people, and it's busier for my missus, not because the coronavirus is fucking everywhere. It's busier for my missus because nurses don't want to come in. Oh, I'm self-isolating. All these people that don't want to go into work. That's why it's getting fucking busier. So I've been listening to my missus, like she's not been telling me about. I've just been like picking up what's she talking about. And she's not talking about coronavirus when she comes back home for her fucking work. She's talking about fucking missing hand sanitizer in her office cupboards and stuff like that. So you can listen to the media and the news and you'll be fucking petrified. Or you can listen to people that fucking are actually in the NHS and are seeing it day to day. And, well, I kind of listen to the people that are fucking there. You know what I mean? So... anyway, they've got fucking. I seen there was images of fucking army on the streets. Army on the streets with fucking guns. Army running down the street with guns. Like, what are they going to do? Fucking shoot people because they're taking an extra roll of toilet roll? Oh, there was only fucking 3 rolls you're meant to take, not 4. And what the fucking? Why is there police? Why is there army on the street with guns? Again, what the fuck's going on here? So to me, I think this is much bigger. Much bigger. And I know there's lots of you out there that want to have your... I'm not saying I know. I don't know fuck all. None of us know fuck all, really, at the end of the day. We're all just making assumptions of what's going on, but none of us really know. So we're all just kind of waiting to see what this sort of comes to. Crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff. So... So I think it's all social control. It's all to do with people's movements, shutting borders, trade, economics, fucking all that stuff. It's nothing to do with people getting fucking diseases. The government don't care about people dying. And like I said before, right, fair enough, I would care if someone close to me died. But would the next person care? Would the government care? No one really cares about people dying apart from their immediate family at the end of the day. What governments care about is fucking money and trade, economics, shit like that. Infinite Loop Lawson, nice to see you. Time will tell. Yep, time will tell what's fucking going on here. And I'd like to, and like I say, I'm going to put a link out there. I'd like to hear your guys' opinions on it. To me, it doesn't matter if the coronavirus is real or not, even if it's a flu or something like that. It doesn't matter about all that. What matters is the fucking what's going to change in our society because of all this. What's the changes going to be? And I think even our communication on YouTube, like they're trying to crack down already. You see these fucking adverts. I've probably got one right down. If you're rewatching this or fucking what, I've probably got a coronavirus fucking advert at the bottom here. This is just a way to control information, control people. People can't even gather. You know what I mean? More than 5 people. Fucking, that's it. Vic Noid, how you doing? Nice to see you. So we've got Dan, we've got quite a lot of people. I like to have a little monologue for like 20 minutes, half an hour, just to get people's juices fucking flowing. Like maybe I sparked something that you were thinking about earlier, then forgot, and I've reminded you again. But it's crazy. Are you self-isolated? Are you anyone out there self-isolated? I was out the day with a boy. Like we were going to go to Glasgow to begin with because I really wanted to see what Glasgow looked like fucking 28 weeks later, kind of style. Like fucking tumbleweeds blowing through fucking George Square and that. I want to see that. But none of the shops that me and my son were going to were open. because of this fucking thing. So I did find a shop, but I was away at a place called Alva, which was between Tillicoultry and Stirling. So we went all the way to Alva, then we went all the way to Stirling, and Stirling was a ghost town. It was good. It was fucking good. You need to look at the advantages of what's happening right now. And so many people are fucking dying to be locked up. They want to be locked up in their fucking rooms so they can play fucking Call of Duty for 2 weeks. They want to be fucking isolated. People are begging to be fucking isolated. Yes, I'm getting my fucking 80% of my wages. The government are going to pay 80% of my wages. Where the fuck is the government getting that money? Where the fuck are they getting that money? Keep everyone at home, universal income. That's what it fucking sounds like. Give everyone 2,000 quid a fucking month or whatever it is. Everybody gets $2,000 a month. Stay in your houses. Fucking, this is the way society is going to be now. And most people probably accept that. What? No work? You get to fucking just hang about my house? Fucking hell, man. Washing hands with boiling water and oh, fuck. If anything, younger people should be not self-isolating. If anything, we want to catch this thing like a little bit. Because there's a good chance if you're young and healthy, you'll survive. So if you catch it, you build up immunity. Maybe people should be catching it to build immunity. Maybe we should be gathering and just spreading it around. So just fucking Darwin's law, fucking stronger survive. Get what I mean? Just fucking the weak die anyway, and the stronger ones build up stronger. I mean, why don't we do it like that? Fuck it. Let's be a bit brutal. Delivery. I might not be working soon because fucking that's part of my job. I travel around delivering stuff, and there's a good chance I might be knocked off work. And I don't want to be fucking off work, to be honest with you. I've got mortgages to fucking bills to pay, mortgages to pay, fucking cars to pay, fucking so much shit to pay. Had accident, Kames, better now. Kakes. Aye. So I watched D. He's probably not here, he's probably fell out with D. But I watched D, and D made a video going, I'm a victim of coronavirus. I'm not getting my gyro because coronavirus fucked it up, and I can't go into my interview to fucking get my gyro and my money. I deserve my money because it's my money. And I just think I think D maybe should have thought about what he was going to say before he said it, like before he went on, because God, he just comes off fucking entitled. My money. Come on, D, come out the woodwork. I know you're hiding. Right, the link. I'm going to finish this can of beer first, and then I'll put the link in the chat. I'll let you all mingle. And so I know everyone's from different areas, and different areas are dealing with this fucking differently. America are probably dealing with it different for the UK. I heard Trump going on about making fucking 1 billion masks. I thought Trump was fucking one of the guys that was saying this is all just bullshit. Nah, he's still getting his money. He was pissed off at how crazy it is that they are shutting the job centre down. Well, fucking, it doesn't get used anyway. All the job centre gets used for is people begging for fucking crisis loans and shit. In fact, there's plenty of jobs now with Tesco and fucking Sainsbury's, and see these delivery fucking... You could get a job today if you walked into fucking Sainsbury's and asked for a delivery fucking job. I'm telling you, man. And I've heard some really radical fucking, like, I'm quite conspiratorial minded, guys. I am. Like, if you know me by now, I always think there's an underlying fucking agenda behind everything. You know what I mean? It's fucking, there's no way that I'll take that fucking mainstream narrative. There's always, to me, there's always a fucking another agenda somewhere. I forgot what I was fucking talking about. The radical conspiracies. Aye. So I always think there's fucking a hidden agenda, but this fucking shit. There's a difference between thinking there's a hidden agenda or thinking there's a another fucking kind of conspiracy to it. And then there's muddy in the fucking water. There's muddy in the water. There's fucking people out there saying that 5G, this is 5G is causing coronavirus, and fucking there's some wacky fucking. I know you guys, some of you have probably got some wacky fucking claims as well, but I think that goes beyond. That's like muddy in the water kind of shit. It's like where's the evidence for this? When I say it's economics, you look at the stock market in China, it's fucking dead. You know what I mean, there's the evidence. Where's the evidence that 5G causes fucking coronavirus? Like, where the fuck is this? This is just total fucking disinfo. How you doing, Laurie Gale? How you doing? Laurie Gale's now in the house, and I'm sorry, Laurie, about the other week there that you never got to speak. I was pretty pissed, I've got to say. I was pretty fucking pissed. Went for a wee sleep when that lassie was on, what was her name? Ice to See. She was talking about the fucking, what was she talking about? All the religious stuff, like her family were into Jehovah's and fucking, I was like, I watched back the stream and I'm like, I was just fucking fighting. And I think I went for a lie down on the couch. I didn't want to be ignorant and fucking just cut her off completely and just fucking turn the stream off and say, right, guys, that's me finished. She was a new guest. I thought, let her speak, let her tell her story, and fucking, wow, I think she spoke me to sleep. Oh, baby. Oh, I was falling asleep. They are tanking the dollar, tanking the middle class and small business owners. Aye, they're definitely, it's a good way to get rid of all these little businesses. It's a shame these people just try to start businesses right now. Like, no one would have fucking predicted this kind of shit. Although, what's this fucking Event 201? Event 201. This is another thing I've heard getting thrown around. Event 201. But then I hear Alex Jones attached to it. I'm like, is this just another fucking bit of disinfo getting thrown in there? The Rock Lover is now here. Hi, Laurie. Not posted on to Facebook for 2 years. And now I am banned. Can't use Messenger. I deleted fucking the Facebook app off my mobile about 2 years ago. The only time I look at Facebook is on the browser on my phone, and I can't look at Messenger because you need to download Messenger. And I look at Facebook maybe once every couple of weeks on the fucking Mac. Facebook to me is just a lot of fucking shit. And this fucking coronavirus has exploded this victimhood. People are, this nurse. There's a fucking video going around of this nurse. I was just in the supermarket and the people just took all the stuff. And people like me have been working 48 hours. My missus was like, oh my fucking God, she's so embarrassing. Cringy. You know what I mean? My missus is a nurse as well, and she's looking at this woman like, fucking, oh my God. So cringy, man. Fucking. Some of this shit brings out the worst in people. Like, Paul Curran, how you doing? Guess who the patron saint of pandemics is? One guess. Saint Bill Gates. Saint Bill Gates. Get a grip. Fucking get your ugly mug out the fucking camera and go and get a fucking loaf of bread somewhere else, hen. Fucking hell. They just swiped the shelf. Oh, fucking. Oh, cringe. Saint Corona. That's another thing, guys. Funny how when the Chinese New Year happened, it was the year of the rat. Remember, I had a wee, I think it was about my Robert Burns hangout. I spoke about the year of the rat. China, rat. What's rats associated with? Disease. So maybe the year of the rat is the year of the fucking disease for China. So maybe there's a wee link there. All the fruit was taken out of Sainsbury's. Oh, I bet your fucking husband's happy. He doesn't have to go in behind you after eating fucking tons of fruit and fucking stinking at the fucking bathroom, you stinky bitch. I just have to eat sausage rolls. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe this will get people fucking watching their diets and shit. You know what I mean? Does anyone actually personally know someone with corona? Well, there's another thing. This is what I was saying earlier, Rockcliffe. My missus works in the NHS. She's never came back and said anyone that she's come across or heard of nurses have got corona. No one. I've never came across anyone in my fucking immediate... I've came across people that fucking are isolating themselves and fucking shit like that. Customers at my work that have moved just to isolate themselves and shit. But I've never actually come across anyone with corona, so this is why I'm not panicking. If I looked out the window and I seen old fuckers keeling over like, fucking corona, crossed eyes, corona, lying on the fucking deck outside, I'd be like, holy shit, there's people dropping outside, there's fucking corona. Then I'd start worrying. But when the news is telling me this shit, when the news is telling me this, no, it's going to take fucking... How you doing, Mackenzie? How you doing, pal? Nice to see you. A. Mackenzie is in the house. Nice to see you, mate. I'm surprised anyone's even getting to see this fucking stream. It's probably way down on the fucking search lists and shit like that because of the whole corona. I don't give a shit. I'll talk about coronavirus. Everyone's talking about coronavirus. Well, we're not allowed to talk about it. Fucking the news is talking about it every fucking second. The fucking social media, the Facebook's exploding. Fucking, and we can't talk about it and hang out without being censored or fucking some advert coming out below. Fucking NHS, fucking NHS coronavirus. Fuck off. Right, I'm getting another beer. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I'm going to put the fucking link in the fucking chat. Right. And by the time I come back, there should be a couple of mugs in the back. Is it the back room, they call it? The back room? The basement? What the fuck it is? Right. 2 minutes, people.
Oh, you already added me. And Jed, I thought it was going to be a while. He went and added me. Oh, you can't see my whole... You already added me. What's up, everybody? I had a new thing.
Vlad. How are
What's
you?
up?
Oh, that's weird. How do I
I have my
fix
headphones
this?
on. I don't have my headphones not even plugged in. I have a new background thing I did with the projector I have, but it's cut off because it's all...
Wow. So I'm trying to get my face straight.
There we go.
That works better.
There we go. Stumbling off the edge of reality. So what's with it? Is that on your window?
Where? Yeah. I'm waiting for the sun to go down. When the sun goes down, I got something else. I'm going to put a video. It's like that fractals and stuff.
Right. I'm gonna say it'll look a lot better without the light coming out.
Yeah. It's still light here. I thought it'd be a little bit darker because it said the time change and everything, so that stays dark later now. Because it's usually dark. It's usually dark for now.
You only keep your just the top of your head sort of up.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna have like this.
Scooch.
I was gonna have like that.
Just trying to get your chat up.
So, Vlad, since you were in first, mate, I need to go and get a set of headphones anyway. Because there's two people and it'll start echoing.
Is it echoing?
No, but I will probably start echoing somewhere along the lines, and fucking VB will come in and start crying about it and shit. Anyway, because he's an audiophile. I was going to say, Vlad, since you were first in, Kakes can obviously have a wee bit, but this coronavirus stuff, how's it affected you? Like, have you seen, is it day-to-day shopping and stuff like that, or driving around, or?
It's like normal. I mean, there's some stuff missing. I mean, all the meats and stuff like that. And I think it's because it's fresh stuff. But the vegetables and fruit are still there. But a lot of the canned stuff is missing. A lot of frozen stuff is missing. But like people are out. I mean, it's not like desolate. Like a lot of people are saying, like a lot of cities. I don't see how a city could be desolate. Because it's not like that here. I mean, there's still people out. There's still traffic. The stores are not packed, but there's still people in them. So it's not. Like and everybody's being calm, cool. So it's not all this chaos or anything like that yet. So it's pretty weird, to see, and everybody's just kind of just doing their thing. But
have you been worried about? Have you been actually worried about it? Being a older gentleman yourself?
I'm not that old. I don't have any respiratory problems. I don't have no health problems, so I don't think I have to worry about that.
Ah, you do, man. Ah, you do.
And so no, I think that
you're old. You're like an old guy. So just.
Yeah, I'm not health deprived.
No, you need quarantines. You need locked up in your home.
Oh yeah, we are.
Out of the public.
My honey's in the other room where we quarantined each other from each other.
I'm only pulling your leg, Vlad. Like, I think we're all kind of self-quarantine anyway. We'd be happy, kind of we'd YouTube anyway. You know what I mean? Everyone would have to learn how to use YouTube in society, like the Hangouts and stuff. To speak to each other. This might be for everyone now. Like everyone, this is how we speak to each other instead of meeting in the bars.
Yeah, this is no big deal. Everybody's all crying like, "Oh my god, we can't have contact with anybody." It's like, well, shit, join the club.
It's my day-to-day life.
A couple years now. But no, my girlfriend, her daughter-in-law, was it daughter-in-law or your daughter? Said supposedly knows somebody that got. Yeah, it's her daughter-in-law because it's at a dentist office too, right? Yeah, it's at a dentist's office that somebody supposedly got it. And then my mom said that there's a Walmart out in the town that she works at. She works at another, like a grocery store. But the Walmart, she found out that the manager was in Florida and got it and brought it back to the small town. And it was there for a week before he got diagnosed. And so and everybody in the store is being tested now. But I don't know how, and that's just what I've said. I don't know anybody personally other than that. I know hearing those two stories.
Well, Kakes has got coronavirus, Kakes?
Well, I had the symptoms, it's going, but yeah, no, they wouldn't test me. So it sounds really weird where you say they're going to test everybody in the store. Like America was supposed to only have 20,000 test kits. So how are they going to test everybody in the whole store?
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like, okay, how's that work? Exactly.
And you wonder where they get the numbers from. It does Kakes now count as a number, a statistic? Is the fact that Kakes went and said that she had symptoms and they says go home, is she now a number on that fucking corona fucking thing? I mean, even though there's no tests or nothing, and so you start wondering what are the real numbers here? Like,
yeah,
I can hear myself a wee bit again. Can I hear myself?
No, that was Dan.
All right, right.
Yeah, you heard Dan. But yeah, and this is it. Like, how can we fully trust the numbers that we're given? If I wasn't tested, how can we trust that those numbers are real at all? I mean, I'm pretty sure I assume you guys saw the stream that we did the other day.
You had some fascinating numbers, Kakes, about how many people contracted it, the percentages of the population. It was like 0.005 in China.
Yeah, and
I think it's working out the same here. And
exactly. And I mean, China currently as of the day of our stream, I believe it was Wednesday, China only had 0.0005% of the entire population with the virus. I think I might do a weekly little stats update with the percentages each week on not my channel on here. You guys know it's One Versus One Me. Yeah. I think I'll do it on there because I want to keep. I want to keep to my homesteading on my actual channel. I don't want to bring statistics and shit to there, but it was frustrating that there was no percentages, and numbers can be exceptionally misleading. And I was got my calculator out, and I was like, this is ridiculous that there's all these people panicking. And earlier you were on about like the governments and Trump panicking, and it made me think, as you were saying it, actually, as you sparking thoughts, that if you look at the way it went, the media was crazy. Now the media, we always know the media blows things out of proportion because it gets the views, it gets the clickbaits, and everybody's all really pissed off with the media killing people, like fucking killing that stupid home abusing fucking whatever her name was, I've forgotten her name. But the media going on all about that, and then the media portraying black people badly and white people good. So, you know, they needed to get their views back, in my opinion. So then they've got everybody panicking. The government can't sit and do nothing if the whole country's panicking. The government can't really be like, whoa, hang on a minute, you're all panicking for no reason, because then they're not going to trust the media that pays the government. So they're going to have to continue this widespread panic by bringing in these new laws. Oh, we're going to shut down the schools in Scotland and Wales, and then the next day we're going to shut down the schools in England as well. Like, they have no choice but to do that, because otherwise they are going to appear meek, and they don't want that. So that's what I think that they've had to do. I don't know if you agree with that, but
well, kind of. I just don't. When I was thinking about the numbers you were saying, like, I just don't understand why this reaction all of a sudden to something so fucking so
mundanely
undeadly,
boring.
so undeadly. Like we know it's old people, we know it's fucking people with underlying health issues. So why is like the whole fucking population like scared of this fucking thing? And it's, to me, it's fucking. I don't know. I'm not worried about it, but I feel I've got this anxious feeling in my stomach, like something big's gonna fucking happen. I don't know what it is, and it's fucking. It's not the fear of catching corona. I know it's not that fear, but I've got this. It's like I used to get when I was at school and I knew I was going to get in a fight. It was like this sixth sense. It's like a butterflies in my stomach, and the scary thing is, it's because it's the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen. That's because none of us know what's going to fucking happen here. And it just makes me think there's another thing going on here, Kakes, rather than diseases and people dying. I think there's something else here.
I think it's social control. I'll give you an example. So my mum and my son went to the park earlier, and later on I saw a post in the local residents group of people complaining about how many children there were in the park. Don't they know there's a pandemic going on? So it's now socially unacceptable to leave your house and even like just walk in the park now, like getting some fresh air. Like my son wanted to go to the park with his nan. They made a sandwich, they made a tuna sandwich, and they went off to the park to have a little picnic in the park. And now that's not okay. I don't fear about coronavirus, but I do genuinely fear for human rights laws. I really do. That's probably what I'm most worried about, is the way that we're now. I feel like I'm being treated like cattle, in the sense that like my family aren't allowed to leave the house. I don't think that's okay. And that's the worry.
I kind of brung that up to my missus as well, like the whole human rights aspect of it, and the fact that we left the European Union kind of throws human rights up in the air. With Britain,
it really does.
Like we can kind of make our own human rights up, but we kind of sit on this pedestal of we set the highest standards anyway, and Europe followed. So we give this illusion that we're already right. We've got someone else here, and it's Karen B with Tim Ossman's fucking right. Karen B. Tim Ossman, whoever it is, put your camera on for 2 seconds. You'll not be seen on YouTube. There's someone sitting in the back room. The Bigfoot lover. Have you heard of the Bigfoot lover, Kakes?
No. Should I be scared?
It fantasizes.
Yeah, she's pretty crazy. She really thinks she talks to Bigfoot. We're both a family of them.
Oh no. But if you also look, Jed, at the black flag operations of the terrorism attacks that have happened on London Bridge a lot, And then you get all of these people screaming for terrorists to be murdered and fuck the human rights, we don't need them, just get rid of these terrorists, ship them back. It feels like there's all these little things that are just adding up so that the general like sheep population are just going to go, here, take my human rights. You know, that's a gut.
Howdy.
How you doing? Is that Tim?
Yes, it's me. How you doing?
Why you got Karen's name, you weirdo?
I think I joined like Stavely's live thing and I had Karen B's name, I guess.
So what you been doing? Where you been hiding?
Just been living life, man.
You still watching Dell?
No.
He's kind of slipped in the flat Earth. It's like he was. You remember, Tim, how big Dell was at one point, man.
Yeah, I mean he's still getting the same numbers, if not around. I mean, really like 300-ish sometimes. Yeah, I'm still subscribed to him. I see it in my subscription. So,
but I've noticed his most popular videos are the sort of university fucking interviews in the street, and those get more than his hangouts. His hangouts are roughly about 4,000, 5,000, which is low because he used to get quite a lot in his hangouts.
Yeah, I mean, there's people have lost interest a little bit in the flat Earth, but he's just so repetitive, man. Like, you watch one of the shows and you know exactly what every single other show is going to be about, basically.
Hey, what's your take on this corona anyway, Tim, man?
Oh, man.
Is it fucking real? Is it fake? Is it real but overblown and exaggerated? Is it being used for social, economic? And what is it? What the fuck's going on here, Tim? What's your take on it? You must have an opinion, a decent one.
Well, if you look at the flu numbers and the unconfirmed cases, this flu season, basically, even just in America, there were many 20,000+ deaths, and a lot of them were unconfirmed. And actually, I personally think that I already had it, and a lot of people that I know had it. My dad got very sick. And this was like January. My brother-in-law got super sick. Their kid, my nephew, actually had to go to the hospital and be put on oxygen for several days, and they couldn't figure out what it was in all of these cases. And I was sick for weeks, and it wasn't like terrible, but I've just never had a strain of virus like that. And so I think it's already passed, and there's a lot of the public that have already had it. And I've talked to people all over, and they're saying the same things, a lot of people. And so we have a large percentage of people probably that have already gone through it, and some have died from it. That's my whole take.
So you do think it's a real virus, this coronavirus, that was probably contracted from some guy eating fucking bats?
Well, that's a whole different thing, man. And I've heard different stories. Like there was a South Korean suicide cult, and there's all these different stories that they have. So I'm not really sure what it is. All I can say is that I know that I had a way different strain of some kind of cold or something this last season, and then this all happens. And to the point of the mainstream media, of course, they're benefiting greatly, getting huge numbers, pitching this fear porn to everybody. So I've personally been at Walmart's, just kind of walking around, meandering around, and I've seen people almost damn near fight over toilet paper. That is, fighting with the person that has 2 boxes of toilet paper and they're about to put it up, and they're just line all of a sudden. I got a couple pictures because it was just everything is. I'm still in shock. Like,
when the fuck was toilet paper invented? It couldn't have been that long ago.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the supply chain of toilet paper isn't going to go down. Plus, it's like, what does it have to do with? I mean, what I think really ultimately is very funny in this whole situation is that the whole prepper or libertarian kind of crowd was like, "Oh, you guys are idiots. This isn't needed." And now all of a sudden, Americans, at least what I can speak on, have all become preppers, and they don't know what to do, and they're buying toilet paper and they're buying like wet naps, and it's hilarious.
But that's the thing, and me and my missus were saying that the other night there too. Like when we were talking about this coronavirus, like fucking, bet the preppers are laughing now. Getting with all their water, all their fucking stuff. They'll be the ones laughing. People are laughing at them before, like fucking prepping. What are you prepping for? And
yeah, they're getting food, they're getting butane, they're getting the essentials, man. And then all these people are stiff arming each other for fucking toilet paper, dude. I am. This whole thing is insane, man.
it kind of shows you. It's kind of like a like it's kind of shows you what's maybe going to be like if it is essentials. Like it's showing you what will happen with just toilet roll. So wait till there's no fucking bread or water or the essential things that you fucking need: meat, fruit and veg.
Yeah, well, it's funny because I think it has to do with the that movie. I don't know if you saw it. I actually downloaded it recently because it came out in 2011, but it's called Contagion. And funny enough, basically what started it, kind of spoiler alert, is bats that ate some banana or something.
Mhm.
And then the pig ate it, and then someone ate the pig, and this whole thing happened. So many people died. But there's a lot of parallels to draw from there, I'd say. I got to go 1 sec.
I'm getting annoyed with the vegans. I think I mentioned it on my podcast the other day. This vegan posted about the bats, and like most of the guys in your chat are going to know that I'm vegan. Because how would you know? Because I've told you. Because that's the first rule of being vegan.
Yeah, that's what all vegans do.
But they're fucking crazy. Like they had a massive go at me the other day because there's just this pack mentality within them as well, like cult mentality. But somebody posted about maybe now everybody will learn, like, we've contracted this from bats because people are eating crazy things. I mean, cultures have eaten bats and crazy things for ages, forever.
Yeah, for millennia.
As
longer
far
than
as
domesticated animals, we've been eating crazy shit.
But and kind of that's what I was going to say. Like, as far as I'm aware, bats aren't factory farmed. Like, I have never heard of like a bat farm. I've heard of a pig farm, but I've never heard of a bat farm. So
it's a bat.
Like in the grand. Well, I know it's a bat cave, but I've never heard of them being like mass farm. Like salmon is obviously in the sea, but you can factory farm salmon. And I just, in the grand scale of things, like eating these bats is not as bad as people, in terms of ethically speaking, is not as bad as people eating all of these pigs. I hate it.
Do you know what I've seen within the vegans as well? And this is amazing. And it does kind of is a weird coincidence. But see, when you look at coronavirus, and is it an anagram when you move the words around? You can get carnivorous. Or is it carnivore or carnivore? I think it's
carnivorous.
Carnivorous.
Yeah.
You can get coronavirus if you just move a few letters around.
Yeah. And then they
using that now.
vegan. Yeah, and then they did veganism turns into save me or something like that, or
my God,
like I'm safe.
Where's the G in save me?
I don't know that they changed it to something. I'm not too sure. But it's just every single time something big comes out in the headlines, the vegans always just grab it and fit it to their agenda, and I'm like, can you not? Like, I just want to live my life happy, not eating any animal products, and then not be judged by other people because I mentioned that I'm vegan.
That's the same with the climate change trolls and the social justice warriors, and everything has to be fit to their narrative. And they concoct it themselves. And yeah, some people on the fringes are like, hey, I don't want to be like. It's kind of like I liken it to the gay people, where some gay people are very reserved, and then they have like these gay parades and stuff. And I've talked to them before where they're like, I don't like that. I don't support that. And so you have a certain sect of people kind of creating like prejudices upon you because of just your life choices, basically.
Yeah,
well,
right. And
Tim, if I remember right, man, you were a vegan for a wee while, weren't you?
Yeah, for 6 months or 6 years rather.
Do you think you were roped into that fucking? I think you were. Like, I used to like kind of have a dig at you that you were kind of roped into this sort of new agey yoga veganism. So, and even you had to dig at me for having a family at one point, man. You
Ow.
did, and I thought you're getting
Wow.
roped into that ideology where fucking like, what's the point of having kids and fucking this kind of shit, man. And then you lose all that when you're older. I'm a few years older than you, Tim. So like maybe you're now at my stage where you're like, nah, maybe I was wrong with that new age mumbo jumbo.
I'm just picturing a vegan hippie like, the world's too overpopulated, man.
Yeah, no, that was just a dig. That was when I was at my lowest point with Jed, and that when I made those comments, that was just the lowest.
Well, he
thing
is a bit of a dick.
I'm a dick, but that's part of my charm.
No, dig, D-I-G. It was a dig at you, like it was a bad.
Yeah, but I called him a dick. Yeah, no, I heard you say dig, but I was like, yeah, because he's a bit of a dick. So out of curiosity, Tim, how come you stopped being vegan? Are you veggie, or do you eat meat, or did you get sick? Is an important question, because I believe I'm about 4.5 years in. So
no, I just I don't even know how to answer that question. It was just kind of I started to come to the conclusion, basically, and someone's echoing a little bit. But basically, what vegans were fishing for was, the animals not even being able to have a chance at life, versus they sit in a field, they eat, they do their cow things, then are slaughtered. My whole thing was really the inhumaneness of the factory farming. I would go out and hunt and do stuff like that, if it kills them dead, kind of thing. But it gets nasty when it comes to the factory farming. So really, in the end, to answer the question, I just thought that, billions of animals wouldn't even have a chance at life if everyone was a vegan. We're not going to have these useless animals just at the side of the road eating for no reason. So I also look at nature, how life feeds on life, and basically anything that feeds on something else in life is a terrible death. It's gruesome, and they have feelings, and they get ripped to shreds every single second of every day. So if we could do it more humane, that's my thing, and harvest every piece of the animal, from the skin to the fats to the everything, and make use of the animal and take pride in it,
yeah, I mean that's how I feel. Like Laurie's talking about a deer right there, but I have a lot of respect for Laurie, because she has her family will hunt deer, and like she makes jerky and she makes loads of stuff out of the whole deer. And like I my co-host D, who's not here, he was like, oh, you're not gonna you're not gonna like Laurie because she hunts. And I'm like, well, actually, on the contrary, I have a lot more respect for people who hunt for their food, as opposed to like go to Walmart or Tesco's and picks up a slab of beef from there, like, because that's 9 times out of 10 going to be factory farmed, whereas Laurie killing her own deer is not factory farmed. Like, that deer's lived the life it was intended to.
There's a whole disconnect with the people who have always gone to the store, got this red piece of meat, they cook it up as high heat as they can, and it's a beautiful thing. Instead of actually going out, hey, you're gonna hang this from the tree, you're gonna kill it, and you're gonna gut it, boy. And so
Right.
when you kind of get to the process of what's actually happening for you to be able to have that nice juicy steak, that's where the mentality should come in, to either not do it or do it, basically, to me.
So Vicnoid's just asked where D's at. I believe, let me check. Yeah, he's playing 2 Point Hospital right now. He might be asleep.
I think we just eat too much nowadays, right? This whole fucking idea that breakfasts are the most important thing, and the most important meal of the day, breakfast. This was fucking pushed by cereal companies back in the fucking 30s or 40s and something like that. Breakfast. You're meant to actually do a little fucking exercise first and then eat something. You're not meant to wake up, fucking go down the stairs or walk into the kitchen, pour yourself food, fucking stuff your face till you're kind of like you're walking out the house with a full stomach. You're meant to actually wake up and go out and hunt, can burn your energy, and then this is what our ancestors done. They had to hunt something, they had to wound an animal and maybe even chase that animal for miles before it collapsed eventually. And it wasn't like a quick kill, and then eventually at night time they'd all gather around the fire and eat what they've fucking hunted that day, and then begin again the next day. And even the Romans said that like more than one meal a day was gluttonous. The Romans. So we've got to this stage where we're eating all the time, and because we're eating all the time, we're feeling guilty as well. Okay, we're having a hamburger here and we'll have we've got these things in Scotland called munchie boxes. I don't know if you've got them as well, Cakes. Have you got munchie boxes from the Chinese?
In the cinema?
In the cinema. From the Chinese, right? You get this fucking pizza box, and it's got chicken wings, ribs. It's got so many different animals in there, and you just wonder how many animals were killed just to give you this £8 munchie box. You know what I mean? So I think we've got this guilt in them because food's so available, and we're just eating it all. And it's like, I think we should be eating one proper meal a day and maybe little snacks throughout the day. And we'd have less guilt.
The only time our immune system almost has any chance to relax a little bit, which isn't even true, is during the night. And yeah, I mean, intermittent fasting has profound effects for any kind of diet, really, where you're able to, your body's able to digest, not continuing to say, oh, I need 3 meals a day with this food pyramid Hoax triangle or whatever.
Yeah.
That, I need this much of this and this much of this. Yep. It's not working. Americans are the most gluttonous. They are the most obese, and they have the most health effects because of it. Because of things like the 3 meals a day and the food triangle pyramid hoax thing that we were taught as kids.
And I think it's also like passed down from our like parents and stuff, because their parents told them to eat all your dinner or you don't get any pudding. And that idea of rationing can like eat all your dinner until you're stuffed. Like I'm like, now I'm older. I used to do that. I used to eat all my dinner or I wouldn't get my pudding. So I used to eat. I was a little gannet when I was younger. I didn't know I was going to be 6'3". Maybe that's why I was eating so much when I was younger. But the fact that is this culture, you just eating piles and piles of food. And when I got older, I realized, you know what? I'll eat when I'm hungry. Like, and this is what I do now. When I get up in the morning, I don't have a fucking piece of toast. I don't have a cup of coffee. And do you know what I do after I have a cup of coffee in the morning? I go to the loo every morning. I know it sounds like I don't know why you get crass, but I'm clockwork, man. I go to the toilet every morning. So I start the day with an empty tank. I do a bit of work, and by about 10 o'clock, I need something to eat, like a roll or a bacon roll. I can feel my stomach. It's telling me I need something. So I just listen to my body. I don't wait till a certain time. Oh, 5 o'clock, it's tea time. Everybody, it's tea time, 5 o'clock. It's like you could have had a big lunch, maybe a late lunch at 2:30, and people are still stuffing their face at 5, even though they had a later lunch. It's this culture. Meals at certain times. 5 o'clock, it's tea time. 1 o'clock, it's dinner time. And depending on what you eat and those times, depends on how full you're going to be or how much appetite you've got on the next meal. And I think we've got this culture just eating at fucking certain times and I've just ignored all that now. And I'm 37 and people keep saying, Jed, wait till you get older, you'll get fat, by the way you eat. But I just eat when I'm hungry and I think I'm just going to stay like this. I don't think I'll ever be fat. And I think it's because I've ignored this whole fucking myth. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and fucking eat at lunchtime, eat at dinner time, have a supper. Now just eat when you're hungry and eat what your body craves. Sometimes I crave fucking oranges or apples, so it must be a vitamin in there that I need. So I'll get a carton of orange juice and just fucking down it. Or sometimes I get a craving of meat in my teeth. I can feel it in my gums. It's like I need red meat or something, and it must be iron or something I'm deficient in, I'm craving. So I just listen to my body nowadays, and I can drink beer, I can smoke fags, I can do one-handed press-ups, I'm a fucking machine. These arseholes that go to the gym, they are arseholes running like hamsters in a fucking room. It's like fucking.
Lost Tim.
We lost Tim. I'm probably just boring him, but I'm just trying to give my opinion on diet. I think this whole, it's a fucking hoax, these diets and these fucking, just eat what your body needs and craves and eat when you're hungry. Fuck all these times.
Freddie's school, Freddie, for those of you who don't know, is my 7-year-old boy. And his school makes me so angry because they get a sticker on their jumper if they've finished all of their dinner, and it's I cleared my plate sticker. Now this makes me really angry because I try and teach my son, because I'm a lard ass, I try and teach my son, if you are full or if you've had enough food, that's fine, just go and play, and I will give you a sticker at home if you tell me. They didn't give me a sticker because I was full. I ate as much as my dinner as I wanted. and that was it. You know, like this whole clear your plate and you get a reward. No, fucking eat what you want. And the pudding mentality. Pudding makes me. I don't eat dessert, which may shock.
If you
quite
don't
a lot
eat
of
your
you.
meat, you're not going to get any pudding. If you don't
I
eat
love Pink Floyd. I love
Pink
it.
Floyd.
I love.
But-
I
but-
absolutely adore Pink Floyd.
I'm sure in other cultures as well. Like I'm sure in other cultures that fucking like eating everything on your plate is rude. It's actually fucking rude.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I mean,
It
so
shows
they
to
keep,
the
they
host
keep
that they
giving you.
didn't give you enough.
Yeah. So it's just a
Um,
cultural thing, and this is why we're gluttonous bastards, because it's just the availability of food, and
Oh,
Yeah,
there he
it's-
is.
and it's these sort of, we've got a cult, we've got like tea time. How you doing,
Yeah.
VB? Oh, VB, I seen WrestleMania this morning, man, and there wasn't anyone in the crowd. It was weird as fuck. They were like banging on the canvas and fucking, and there was no one in the crowd. It must
Don't
be
hit me
because of
with any
Corona.
Yeah. Don't hit me with any spoilers. I haven't watched it yet.
No, it
That
was just the
one- that
bitches.
one
It was
guy
just the
won.
bitches. It was the bitches, and Ken who else was fighting? Tom Hardy, man. I was like, oh my god, he must be like 500-year-old. Is it Hardy?
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy. He's like a fucking dinosaur, man, jumping off the turnbuckle and shit.
Yeah. Man, I didn't know.
he still
you know,
won. He
your
still
channel
won. He won
didn't
his
have
fight.
this video live, so I've been sitting here thinking that I was waiting for you this whole fucking time.
I said that to begin with. I says, I
Like,
bet you
when I
because
went
of
to
the
look at your channel,
coronavirus
I
topic,
kept
this
clicking
will
on your
be
channel over and over,
fucking.
and when I finally did something
Nah,
different,
man.
it went and I saw that you've been live for an hour now. So, damn it.
Sorry, man.
Did-
Fucking
No, it's not your fault. It's just YouTube.
Hey,
Fuck.
BB,
Um,
you didn't miss much. You weren't here.
Oh, you missed Tim. You missed Timmy boy. Timmy came in, man. That was good to hear him.
Are you serious, man?
Tim, you just
didn't
missed
see
Tim
that?
Ossman.
Oh, man. Son of a bitch, man.
Timmy, if you hear us, come back on.
VB,
He might come
Your
back because I've stopped
most-
talking about food.
Okay.
your most recent video, Dear Ladies, did you delete that or
Yeah.
did YouTube delete? Oh, you did. Okay. I wasn't sure if you had been censored because I saw it about 5 minutes before Jed went live, and I was like, oh, I'll quickly watch this because Jed always does his like 3 minutes of music. I was like, oh, I'll watch this, and it was like this content has been removed, and I was like, is that a VB being censored?
Nah.
Censor time. How you been, man? Haven't
I'm
seen you in
alright.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty good. You know, I'm awesome. I'm an awesome guy.
So what's your view? What's your take on the corona, man? Because the whole topic of this fucking hangout is the corona. Are you self-isolated in Florida? What's
Just frozen.
happening? Is it dead in Florida? Or are people just going to clubs and restaurants? Is it just normal? Business as usual?
Okay,
BB?
everything froze. So what were we gonna say?
Nah, that was at your end. That's because you're moving around and shit, man. Try and find a nice comfy spot and sit your ass down and fucking
Okay.
speak.
Tell me what to do, motherfucker.
I was just asking, like, how has the coronavirus affected you in your area? Has like fucking shop shut down? Is the streets dead? And fucking like, how's it affected you in a good way? I want to hear the positives first.
Positives.
First,
Positives are that at work there's a lot less cars on the road, so I can do all my deliveries much.
that's
much
good.
easier.
It's good, man. I'm loving it. The roads are
Yeah.
brilliant.
I made like $120 in tips yesterday in a normal 6-hour shift. So
See, I'm not making tips because I think people are thinking the whole, I'm going to lose money here, I'm going to lose money there. So people are being tight with our
Yeah.
money right now.
it could all change over the next week or two if they keep us on this.
Kakes has got to say she doesn't think we should get tips, right? What was that? Kakes?
No, I was going to say, do you think people are scared to have money on them? Could that be another reason that
It could be,
everybody's like, oh,
because
we've got to
people
go
think there's
contact
germs. There's germs on money.
Maybe. You mean like cashless?
Yeah. I mean, I just tap my card, contactless. Boop.
But
We just-
people when they're ordering pizzas, a lot of the time they do a pre-tip on the card, so you already know what you're getting on the way there. And that way, all they have to do is like sign a piece of paper. But now that there's this, this bug or whatever.
So I think
people don't even have
YouTube's
to sign.
cracking down. Sorry, VB, to interrupt, but I think YouTube are like cracking down now on anyone that's talking about this subject. It's funny because it's all right for the media and fucking every. I swear to God, see, when I listen to radio, it's like they're talking about the coronavirus for maybe 10 minutes. Then they'll say, right, other news, sport, football. all games are cancelled because of coronavirus, and then they just fucking start talking about coronavirus again. It's like fucking hell. It's like it's just non-stop. But anyone on YouTube that wants to share our fucking opinion on it, we're getting censored here. What the fuck's going on?
I know, man. But John LeBon channel, he gets on there straight up and says this and that is a hoax, and he doesn't get in any kind of trouble. So
there's no dinosaurs. There's no wars.
No.
he
JLB's
says
last.
that this
No,
specific ordeal is a hoax. He says it in every video now. So
he said this is
I
a
don't know
hoax,
how he's getting
and
away
he
with
says
that when
there's going to be martial law, and I fucking said that in my video before that in my car, fucking like 2 days before him. I said they're going to put some kind of police state martial law, and JLB's went ping. Unless great minds think alike, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, JLB. But I said fucking martial law first, and then he makes a video, martial law. I'm like, fucking. I actually watched back my video, and I thought I said fucking they're going to try and put some kind of martial law in place, and then like a day later, the army are running about the street with fucking guns in London. Like, what the fuck is that? Army with guns? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why are army on the street with guns? Like, I don't fucking understand that. That's heavy-handed shit. My missus said, well, show me an image. And I fucking showed an image. There's loads of news fucking showing that image. There was one police guy and there was like 6 army guys with fucking machine guns. Like, it'd be different if we seen 6 army guys with stretchers and fucking medical stuff, but they're fucking machine guns.
why does Jay keep freezing?
Who?
Cakes. You hear me?
You're freezing, man. Sorry, VB, it's you. Everybody's all right. I can see everybody working fine.
Yeah,
here.
I hear you.
Yep.
My phone just had a seizure, but I hear you.
VB interrupted me.
You said real quick to the chat, to Cigar Face, yeah, I don't have a perm. This is the way my hair naturally is.
Yeah, don't be jealous, Cigar Face. But yeah, okay, so think about this now. I know it's different for over there in the UK and Britain and all that, but in America, it almost looks like Jed's theory is coming to fruition, and that this is all just a big backlash to make everything back into a conservative deal, because they're shutting down the borders, right? And they're keeping all the women in the home, taking care of the babies. There's obviously going to be a baby boom, you know.
That's a good point, because someone has to stay at home now, because they're like, people can't go to work, so
yeah,
there's going to be that choice, the man or the woman, who's going to stay at home. And it probably worked out that maybe the men have got,
but yeah, there's going to be a baby boom,
right?
And they're shutting everything down, and I don't know. It's just like, is this just all here so that America can get back to its roots? Is Donald Trump
maybe it's to make us realize what's important.
Yeah.
I must say, watching your video the other day and you having to try and explain cream pie to Vicnoid legit made my day. I was just like, oh God, how do you not know that term?
But see what Validation Boys, what he just said there, it makes me think that that's too wholesome. That's too wholesome for these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And it's like, these fucking wretched fucking politicians and that, do they really want this nice wholesome fucking, us to be back fucking living like a wholesome kind of life? They're the fuck, man. They want us fucking like parasites fucking of social fucking, fucking some kind of socialistic society where we're just benefits and fucking handouts and relying on governments and being locked in our fucking houses. And I think that's an idealistic view. Like, we're all going back to kind of this wholesome lifestyle where the man's going.
Kakes and Vlad, you guys are moving and Jed froze. So I don't know. I think it's Jed freezing.
Jed's not for me.
BB, you're becoming a pain in the ass in this conversation, mate.
I'm gonna switch computers. All right.
It's killing you.
Fuck's sake, that's twice he's fucked my train of thought. Twice.
Yeah. That
guy used to be my sidekick, and he wondered why he's fucking, got the grey area anywhere. God, what a lame sidekick.
Where's my tissues? Because my eyeballs are leaking.
There's a link. There's a link, you wee fannies. Come and join.
Oh
I
dear.
hear it's odd, that's we all know it's the sun. The corona, it means sun. So
No, it
maybe
means crown. It means crown.
I thought it was sun.
That's crown.
Crown.
Yep. Because the actual when you see it under the microscope, it looks like a crown. It's like a little circle with dots around it. It's like
Yeah.
it looks like a sun as well, though. It looks like a fucking sun as well.
But I'm saying, isn't corona? It doesn't mean sun.
No, it's the word's kind of Greek, and it comes from like crown or Latin or some shit. It comes from crown, man. It's crown. Sorry, man.
All right, never mind then.
So that blows. What were you going to say anyway? Sun and what?
Well,
Illuminati.
It's odd that they're trying to. It says odd that they're wanting everybody to hibernate, hide away from the sun. And here it's called the sun, basically a sun virus.
The crown virus. The crown virus.
Shouldn't we be out in the sun, not away from it? But it's just a crown. It doesn't matter.
Fucking, I'm Scottish, mate. I never see the fucking sun. Look at my skin.
Laurie's panicking.
I don't see much here in Alabama at all. In Arizona, that's all you seen was the sun. You was shocked if you didn't see the sun. You're like, wait a minute, something's going on. The sun's not out.
Do you know why my face is red? Because that's my blood.
Yeah.
You can see my face is my skin is transparent. You can see my fucking blood. Right. Where the fuck is VB? Is he going on his fucking shitty laptop? Right. Here he is. Oh my god.
Shitty laptop.
I
That's a whole different view. What the hell happened?
can. Look at him. He's all weird and shit.
I know.
Don't you think, like, whenever you see VB on a hangout, it's really weird to not see him in like a darkened room and just a face, like,
I know,
there.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you just expect him to just be in this like dark, ominous cave the whole time.
Kakes, when I first subscribed to VB, I had to just handle the voice for about 3 years. It was just a voice.
Oh.
It was just a voice. You never seen fucking Validation Boy. You never seen the man. You just heard this robotic voice like, "Hello, I'm Validation Boy."
Validation Boy here.
Hello, YouTube.
With another
Validation
live
Boy.
stream.
And today we're going to
March
talk about
22nd, 2020. Like, it's just, you're just there to like grip the masses, like, hello YouTube. I am very important. Please put my head up your vagina. You will enjoy it. Women suck.
Damn.
Like a vacuum.
Me and my honey were just
Goodbye,
having a discussion about you, BB.
The good ones do.
I thought she said what's the same
You have
thing
been watching.
Kakes did.
Validation Boy
Live stream.
live stream. January 75th, 2066.
Vlad. So
I am now a head in a
what's
jar.
that shite going on? What's that shite behind your head?
It's a projection of. I just put a video in this projector I have. It's like a little. It's only about this big. Let me see if I can turn this around. Well,
What is it?
I'm going to mute real
It
quick.
looks new agey to me. It looks like new age.
It's just a
fucking
fractals.
MK Ultra. That's MK Ultra.
It's fractals. They hijacked it. Fractals have been around since the early 1900s.
No, man.
It wasn't digitized until the 60s, early 70s. But yeah, it's not new age. It's just mathematical equations is all that is.
Maths is just a language that's used by global idiots that believe in globes.
Yeah. You have to show you what. Well, I have to show you what I had to do here to
Globes are for cucks.
to get
Yep.
that behind. Well, no,
Globe
I
cup.
have to move the laptop. Forget it. If I move
Oh,
the laptop, the whole
Anyway,
the whole setup
right.
would be fucked up.
so I went to Stirling today and for a coin hunt. Me and the wee man go on a coin hunt every other weekend. And guess what we got? We got 6 Masonic tokens.
No way.
6 Masonic tokens.
It's not even
Like
listening.
pennies, like 3 Masonic pennies. I don't care if he's listening or not. Look at him. He's like twitching and shit. Like
I
Yul
am
Brenner.
listening.
Like Yul Brenner's fucking wee boy. Yul Brenner's son. Like, Kakes won't even know who Yul Brenner is. She's too young. Actually,
So-
fucking VB might be too young.
What were you going to say?
So
Kakes?
I was gonna say, so earlier you was, and you mentioned it on your live stream about us being taken down.
Man, this
I think it
stream
was-
sucks, man. I can't fucking. Everything's freezing. It's just me and Vlad right now.
do-
Kakes is
suck.
sideways. Jed's taking
You
a drag off.
suck.
Jed's
You
sucking on a
suck.
fag. Jed's slurping on a fag.
Cakes is over there swimming in a fake
Okay, now you're
ocean.
moving.
Okay, now I'm moving. I'm here. Okay, so you mentioned it the other day, and you guys saw that our live stream got taken down. I'm just gonna cover the screen, like that portion of him. So
I see you moving, by the way.
Dude, I know he's like,
Ah.
Jed. It got taken down 13 minutes into our video, 13 minutes into our live stream, and it doesn't actually give us a reason. Like, there's no copyright strike. That there isn't a reason. Normally, you get an email if a video gets taken down. I'm pretty sure we weren't emailed, and all it says is removed for unauthorized content. Now, it can't be like nudity or anything like that, because I know I was fully clothed. I know that there was no sex talk in it. There was nothing. And I mean, we talk about way more like unacceptable topics on here and on One Versus One Me. So it was definitely because I genuinely believe it was because I was putting out the stats and the figures. I genuinely believe that's why it was, because I was.
Or you've attracted some unwanted attention by snowflake fuckers that flag your shit. They wait for you to stream and they flag you. Like something to do with free spirit, maybe? And you can make enemies on YouTube. But like I get fucking, if VB noticed, right? After one of my videos, I got fucking 25 dislikes. I had 13 views. 13 views and 25 dislikes. How the fuck is that possible? There's someone out there with like multiple accounts bashing my fucking dislike on my video. But YouTube's now got an algorithm. I think they recognize this and just wipe them all out.
They didn't with ours. The Sunday, which was the day after we did our Jamie roast him, we had Vlad on. We ended up with 26 downvotes, which just our audience just wouldn't do that. Like, I could understand if we'd have told you guys. Thanks, Vlad. I could understand if we'd have told you guys, "Oh, downvote this video," because why not? It's hilarious, because they don't mean anything. They likes and downvotes, they're all the same. But yeah, we had like 25 or 26 thumbs down, and I was like, this is obviously Jamie. I know who this is.
It's P Mars, man. It was P Mars. He was like in love with that free spirit, and like he's seen us as like bullies and shit like that. And P Mars was in his own wee crusade, like against us, and he still is against me. I don't give a fuck. P Mars, the link's in the fucking chat. Get your scrawny arse on. You little shite bag. You little shite bag.
He told us why he because he unsubscribed, and we saw that he'd resubscribed on Wednesday or whenever our last live stream was. He was like, "Oh, P Mars has subscribed again," and then I mentioned it to him in the stream. I was like, "Dude, why did you unsubscribe to us? What did we do?"
God,
and he's
man.
like, "Oh, I don't like how you were with Jamie," and I'm like, "Jamie's a little pussy, like."
He's such a douchebag. Like, I find it hard sometimes to get angry with the guy. Like, fucking, I get in these fucking moments where if he was in front of me, I'd strangle the cunt. But in other times, I look at him and I look at him like a wee brother. I'm like, oh God, how can I help this wee guy? And he's fucking, but he's older than me. The guy is fucking older than me.
P Mars, really?
Just because
he's fucking a year older than me.
Just because you're both wiry as fuck, and just because you're both hairy as fuck, doesn't mean you're brothers, okay?
Nah, man. If he went and got the DNA, man, he's like just as Irish as I am. I can see it. I can see it ripping at him. He could be like my wee cousin.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably third cousins.
We probably are, man, because we're small nations, Scotland and Ireland, man. Like I was looking like in the fucking medieval times, like Scotland was like 500,000 people, the whole fucking country. So, fucking, we're all related at some degree, like in Scotland. Like if you go back further, like even in like the year fucking 1000 BC, maybe there was like a few thousand people in Scotland. So fucking, we must all be related to some fucking degree. Like, so anyway,
I had a couple more notes. Let me check my notes real quick.
Right, Vlad.
Oh.
Fucking inform us with your shit.
Enlighten us.
Oh, I
You
put.
muted
I'll be,
fight
I'll be,
the-
I just
the-
wrote
the-
this. I was like, it's probably like 4:00 this morning. I'll be concerned when my honey and I are eating the last can of cream corn and the stores are all looted. Then I'll be concerned about this. But until then, it's just fucking hype.
So you're going to be concerned when there's no corn left.
Cream corn. When we only have we're sharing
cream corn.
the last can of cream corn, which she has plenty of food. My sister, my mom and sister have plenty of food. My nephews, everybody's nobody's starving. There's some stuff missing at stores, but we went back and they're still stocking, and it's just not as fast. I mean, I said the stores haven't been looted. There's not people empty cars because somebody's got shot and there's a dead body laying there. We get to that point, I might say, there's something going on. Whoops.
Do you know what? I want there to be a shortage of cigarettes because I want to quit.
This shit is scary.
Oh, yeah, there would be plenty of those. There's going to be plenty of those.
This whole situation.
I want a shortage of cigarettes. I want that.
Yeah,
is anybody else like? I know that Laurie's worried, but is anybody else like have this morbid curiosity of what's actually going to happen if like all the countries, like especially Western world countries, go into lockdown? And I have this. Like half of me is genuinely terrified, but the other half of me is quite excited of the possibilities that could come out of that in a positive way. Just me and Dee were talking about natural law and how people might be more courteous with one another when they're ill.
Well, how do you view the world, right? Do you view the world as like there's this controlling power, and then we're all the fucking sort of cattle, or do you view the world as there's this elite power, but they have our interests in heart, so they want to do the best for us, and so the best outcomes will happen. But do you I'm like, to me, I'm kind of in the middle. Because on one hand, I think they want us to be somehow civilized in some kind of fashion because they've got to live within us kind of thing. I mean, like I'm always visiting rich motherfuckers, and there's no way they would want a society around them eating everybody alive kind of thing. So in a way, they still want society to function. They didn't want a breakdown of society, but I think they want us to be sort of controlled in a sense, like some kind of martial law. I can feel it. I can feel this fucking. I can almost feel it encroaching on me, like some kind of fucking control, trying to keep me in my fucking house. I don't know why. Why they try to keep us in our houses? Like, is there going to be some kind of epic fucking thing happening outside where we're going to miss because we're all stuck inside, like watching TV, and there's like some kind of alien invasion or some shit? I don't know. I'm just fucking.
Hey, Jed, listen, Jed. This is back, because I grew up with the whole thing with, that the government's going to do all this stuff, the whole martial law stuff. So I'm 50 years old. So I remember that when I was, we started recognizing stuff probably about 8 or 9, 10 years old. So for 40 years, I've been aware of stuff. And it wasn't until about maybe 15 years ago it dawned on me that these elites cannot get rid of the populace because the elites aren't going to do all the work. The populace.
They need us. They need us.
So they're going to do what they're doing is they're trying to figure out how they can position people so they don't have to deal with the populace. Like because they still are. I mean, they go places, the populace is there. So they can contain people in certain areas to do their work and do their bidding or whatever it is that they want them to do. I think that's what's going on. They're not going to try to get rid of a bunch of people because if you think about that, I mean, if you get rid of 2/3 of the population, well, the other third of the population, that was their fucking family and friends. You think they're going to be obedient? They're going to be pissed off and angry because 2/3 of your family's gone.
And do you think it's a coincidence that? Do you think there's a coincidence that in China and France there was like civil unrest, there was protests, riots on the street before this COVID-19, and now since this COVID-19's came in, there like not more than 200 people can gather, and there's fucking all these laws, and like could this be a way just to keep people from gathering, like to protest and shit?
They're testing what people will willing to put up with, what they'll do, how they'll react, and all this stuff. All the stuff that comes into play. They're just trying to figure out what they can do with the people that they want to do with. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to kill them. They're going to get rid of the weaker ones, which obviously that's what's happening.
The old people. Because what good are the old people? They can't fight the wars. They can't fucking build the empire. Like old people are the hanger-oners, and maybe this is what it is to get rid of the old people. Maybe. Like BB said, like get the women back in the homes, maybe populate more. Maybe there's some kind of threat that we didn't know that they're trying to position ourselves. Like I fucking don't know, guys. I could sit and speculate all day long, and oh god, man, it's so weird. This is what I was going to ask Tim. Sorry, man, I was going to ask Tim, like, fucking, do you not think this is bigger than 9/11? I think this could be bigger than 9/11, guys. I know a lot of people are saying this is a precursor for something. Is it? Fuck, this is happening right now. Like, we've had all the precursors. We had the SARS, we had the swine flu, we had all the. I think they were all the fucking little precursors leading up to this one here. Right here, I think we're living in some kind of history. We're going to look back on this as being the coronavirus days. The 100-year depression of fucking coronavirus or some shit. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Like I was telling you from my understanding and the realization that they can't get rid of everybody. You know, they can control it to a certain extent. And what it does is in the mindset, it blocks people from doing certain things because they're worried about what might happen if this happens and that. There's this chain reaction of stuff. So it's, you know, the people that thinks, you know, like me, for instance, and I'm pretty sure most of you, you're going to still have the mindset you have, and you always will have that. But there's other people that are on the fence. They're going to fall to that other side to be obedient to everything and not try to go against the grain. I'm hitting my microphone again.
Doom.
So, you know what I'm saying? So there's going to be that small fraction of people that's going to be like always wanting to fight the system. You know, I think the system needs to be fought because it does. If it's going against the people, because it's not about me. I don't care. It's not really about me. It's about that's going on with everybody. But now that I've realized all this stuff, it just changes a lot of things because, I mean, yeah, there's going to be some people it's going to affect, but not all the masses, you know, but and realize what they're trying to do. And they're not going to get rid of everybody. So when you understand that,
I kind of understand that, man. I do. I've understood that for a while. I've went down the whole conspiracy road. The elites trying to wipe us all out and population control. And then I thought, well, who's going to do all the fucking dirty work for these fuckers?
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're going to need a certain amount of the population. And this is why I always thought the third world always took the wrath of the sort of depopulation. When the powers that be want to depopulate the world, they start a war in maybe the Middle East or maybe in Africa or some shit like that. And I didn't mean like our armies are involved. I mean they start civil wars within the countries to smaller the populations, like Rwanda and fucking kind of like shit like that, like millions of people killed. Like I think the third world usually takes the brunt of the depopulation, but I think we're now taking a wee bit of fucking. I don't know if they're looking at, like you were saying earlier, that maybe the old people are the hanger-oners. They're see Edinburgh is it must be 70% fucking over 60s, and they're sitting in houses they bought for £10,000 that are worth like £1 million now.
Okay, now you said. My girlfriend was asking me about, well, why would he get, because of Italy? She has the world's largest senior citizen population. Italy.
That's why so many have died.
22.6%.
That's why so many have died of this
That's exactly what you're saying. Was that they have all this money, they have all this property, they want them gone so they can take that product because you don't have all this stupid crap. I'm like,
I don't think so.
I think that's a good point. I think these old people are hanging on to a lot of shit that they didn't need.
They want that.
And they want it.
I really don't think so. Looking at the number with a virus that attacks that many old people with only a 4% on average mortality rate is not that big depopulated. Well, it's just not.
Kakes,
I think
you're
it's
right.
The people.
No, Kakes, you're right. When we think about it, Vlad, Kakes has made a really good point here, and we've a wee bit carried away where we fucking
But when this started though.
No, I know,
the
but she makes a good
propaganda,
point.
yeah.
She makes a good point that really this isn't that fatal. And if you wanted to kill off this many old people for their properties and stuff, why aren't they dying? There's like
and
that's a
Vlad
good
just
point,
said that
Kate.
it's only the start of it, but China is no longer the epicenter, and only 0.0005% of the population actually has coronavirus right now. There is like 10 new active cases a day. That is nothing. 10 is
That brings
nothing.
up that brings up
you
another
know.
case though, Cakes. Like, so why is Britain like getting ourselves positioned, like getting ourselves ready for this big long haul? Like, we're talking about kids. Like my son, he goes into high school this year, and I think he's not going back to primary school now. I think this is the end
No, I
for
don't
his
think he will.
primary school.
Well-
And like you can right, what do you got? Finish. You're
Well,
interrupted.
no. I agree. But the fallout of China was due to most of China was quarantined. That did happen.
You made
So
me
I think
You made
Go
me
on.
remember. Sorry, Cakes. You made me remember before I forget. Aye, so why is Britain positioning herself for this long haul? Like schools being closed, all this fucking. They're talking about it being a 6 month, maybe 8 month. Fucking, they're not sure. Like, and when China, it's already finished. It seems to be in China. It's done. Like it's gone. It's finished. So why are Britain and the West like now embracing it as this big fucking war? They're almost talking like it's a war for. It could be a year. It could be 6 months. It could be fucking. Why? Why is this fuck? Why can't we get rid of it as quick as China got rid of it?
So I think there might be two reasons. Firstly, obviously China didn't know how long they were going to be quarantined for, but China's cattle, if you will, is a lot more subdued than the Western world. It's a lot easier to control them because of the way that their politics is set up. You know, I mean, we saw in your video, you and VB talked about how they were being dragged and everything. And I think it's a lot easier to control that kind of mass.
Yeah.
Whereas here, I think people are a little more, especially folks like us lot, are a little more reluctant to go into quarantine and to go into lockdown. So that's why they may be expecting it to last longer. But honestly, somebody mentioned a vaccine earlier, and it made me remember that we know that when you pump people full of garbage, it alters the chemical makeup of their body. It makes them more relaxed and easy to manipulate. So could it be that they're gonna mind control us in not in a woo kind of way, but in a like propaganda smear campaign way, like they are right now, where we're all like the general masses are like, okay, let's stay in our house, let's not go out, and then are they gonna be like, oh guys, we've now got this vaccine, let's have this. So not only are you mentally worn and drawn out because you've not been able to leave your house, but now you're being pumped full with mercury and loads of other garbage chemicals to kind of alter the way that you think. Like, just control. I think it's all about controlling the masses.
That sort of raises the issue. This thing I heard earlier, like someone brought up, it was like Event 201. And it was apparently Bill Gates, he done like a reconstruction of what coronavirus would do in October 2019. Like they done a reconstruction or some shit like that. Like it was like I don't know if it was like a computer program or whatever, but they were sort of visualizing what coronavirus might be like in society in October. I don't know. This could be bullshit. This could be more muddy in the water fucking propaganda. But apparently Bill Gates was behind this Event 201. And apparently Bill Gates is now working on a vaccine for this fucking coronavirus. So it's like fucking hell, man. It's
Bill Gates.
It just looks like money.
Fund.
It looks like money.
Yeah.
It's like make money.
Bill Gates did a thread on Reddit, and he said, "I'm Bill Gates. Ask me anything." So of course, it blew the hell up, and people were asking him all kinds of questions. And turns out that him and his corporations have almost put a complete stop to polio and another disease. I forget which one, but another common disease that in years past. So
Smallpox,
yeah. Like apparently he has single-handedly ended polio and smallpox or something, and his new goal is to end coronavirus. This thing. But
Wow,
back-
what a messiah.
yeah, I know exactly, Antichrist. And the thing is that the bulk of healthcare money goes to the very, very end of people's lives. So if they can snip all those people off, the ones who are the most weak, the ones who actually will pass away from this, if they can get rid of them all real quick, it's going to save them a whole lot of money. And we're looking at election time. We're looking at fundings. We're looking at budgets. I mean, could all be by design.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I do think that this has been planned 100%. Why is VB looking at my keyboard? I don't think VB is looking at any keyboard. Oh, now they're all muted. Okay, so it's just Kakes.
Okay, another thing I wanted to mention was I've
Go on then,
noticed
Vlad.
that they have they're having these mass crematorium things or whatever they're doing. They're burning bodies in mass amounts. Or at least that's what they're implying, because they're always covered up in something. So you don't actually know if it's a body or not. Yeah, I got 3 of these.
Oh, I don't have alcohol. Am I breaking toilet rules right now? I'm not intoxicated at all.
Basically, it's 6 beers. And see,
No,
this is 24 ounces. Let's see if I can get to it.
I didn't drink last time either.
It's just it's a ritual for me now. Like, this is the only
I
time
know.
I drink Cakes, is every fortnight.
Same.
Yeah,
No,
I've been
same.
drinking
Like,
it.
I don't
Yeah,
drink.
right, Jed. Yeah, right.
Honestly, man, I didn't drink any other time. This is
What the fuck
every
do you
fortnight. This is the only time I have a beer.
Well, that's
there's
This is
good.
me socializing with my friends.
That's good.
Can't see
That's
it.
been me. Yeah, I don't ever drink, except for like when I go out, which is probably like twice a year. And when I was on here, those were the only times that I was drinking. But I haven't drank the past few weeks, and I'm not too sure why. And I don't really want to make anything.
Well,
So-
they're not letting people bury these bodies, in
Sorry.
graves. They're burning them all up, right? They're cremating them all. So I was thinking, well, that'd be a good way just to save on some expenses for burial costs, just to throw your family member into a pile and burn them. No, that's
Or
mean.
they're destroying the evidence of what they're
What?
doing.
Oh my gosh, baby, check this out. Look at
The
this.
fuck are you
Here's
talking
mine.
about?
Here's my things right here. Here's right there, the top one. So China dissidents
Notes for Saturday toilet.
to destroy evidence.
Notes for Saturday toilet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you
God.
see that, huh?
Oh my god.
Saturday toilet. But look at that. Disease. What better way to destroy the evidence than to cremate them all?
Yep.
Fucking.
Look at last night.
But I think that's in China, right? I think when they were doing this whole coronavirus quarantine lockdown, I think it was probably a bit more severe, because you've seen these fucking trucks in the streets spraying fucking mist into the fucking buildings, and you've seen people getting dragged away into these quarantine fucking boxes and hospitals, and fucking, it was fucking harrowing looking at that shit. Because these people didn't look like they like, if I had coronavirus and I knew I was ill, I'd be going to the doctors and going to the hospital and try to be fixed and shit. Like, these people were kicking and screaming, fucking, and it almost looked like China, they were using this as to get rid of dissenters. Like, if you were speaking against the government, they were coming around. You had corona, you were going in a van, and goodbye, kiss your ass goodbye.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't
I
know.
really need to interject all of you, because we have a crazy person in the chat. Hi, all, the virus is real. Latest 800 deaths in 24 hours in Italy. 10% of infected
Oh,
are
that's
dying.
Validation Boy's cuck friend.
Is it 10%?
That's VB's boyfriend,
nothing,
by
no.
the way. That's VB's
I need
boyfriend.
some.
Jed's
I
jealous.
need to
90%
the math.
of the people. That's all
VB sucks Matrix Decode dick.
Jed wants to suck VB's dick.
Hey, just so you know, I was looking off to the side a second ago.
Matrix is a legend, bro.
Aye,
Matrix is a legend.
legend and what?
YouTube,
Aye.
just like you.
Nah, man,
I
I'm
need
a
to do the
legend in
maths
real
for
life.
myself.
I'm gonna get some of my mates on. I'm gonna send
Where are you from?
I'm gonna send a link to
So
some of
check
my
this
mates.
Oh, I caught it.
Right, check this out.
Stream keeps cutting.
What you gonna
out.
do?
I don't know what's going on here.
What you gonna do, mate?
Is he talking, Vlad?
No, I'm not talking.
Yeah, he.
Okay, I got
Jed
like a
was
road.
talking.
I got like a rotating thing here with all four of us where Jed goes dark, and then I could see Vlad.
You've got a shite
Vlad
computer.
goes dark, and I could see Kakes.
You've got a shite computer.
No,
You've got a shite internet.
It's your internet, Jed, at your house.
No, it's not my fucking internet because everybody's fine. To me, I can hear everybody fine.
Nay, it's you, Jed.
No fucking way.
Nay.
Vlad, have I ever came across like interrupted or anything? I've always came across clear.
None of you have. Not at all. Every time
Because my stream's solid. It's you, VB.
Maybe. So this is what I've been hearing from
9%?
people that are stressing about this whole thing. They're saying that South Korea dealt with it the best. South Korea's model is the best. Well, is that some kind of suggestion that the world needs to go under South Korea's form of socialism, and that's what they're really going to push here?
That's weird. You are frozen now, VB. You got your hand like
VB, you suck. You suck.
You froze. You're frozen.
Am I back?
No.
It's like fucking mini me.
I know. But so what's up with the South Korean model that everyone seems to be hyping for?
I don't know. Because North Korea's been helping them. That's why.
Yeah, John LeBon doesn't think North Korea exists.
Shout out to Kim Jong-un.
Like when he comes in with shit like that, like you wonder if he's serious. Like, is he being satirical?
I don't think so. I agree with him. I bet it's all a complete.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
you think North Korea doesn't exist?
Very possible. Very.
So what about West and East Germany?
You fucking jobby jabbers. You're a bunch of jobby jabbers.
I missed that. I was doing maths. What?
I've had a foot in each half of Germany before. I've personally stood in both halves of Germany before.
You're frozen. Your video is frozen, and it's just annoying.
Yeah, but can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine, mate.
All right, okay, I guess I can hear you with the video, but when sometimes it stops, you guys are like completely stopping.
No.
But
right.
You're frozen in time.
I know.
Did I interrupt your train of thought, VB? Did I interrupt you?
I've left 3 times. Come back. It's just nothing's changed.
VB, you said you had 1 foot in each side of Germany.
Yeah.
Aye, 1 foot. Aye.
Yeah, I've done that before.
See, I told you.
Oh, that was your whole point.
VB's like an old fogey. Like when Germany was east and west, I was like a wee fucking boy. I was like fucking VB's like 50 or something, really.
No, it was in 2001 during 9/11. I was in Europe.
Aye, so it was a unified Germany.
Yeah, and they had a gate there, but they had the gate like opened like all the way. It was just some wooden thing, and it's like this gate will never close again or whatever crap.
Oh, it was a symbolism.
But yeah, it was just a city, and then the other side, and the two halves looked dramatically different. It was pretty
shithole.
No, it was nice there actually.
Shithole.
It was nice.
No, it was nice because we destroyed it to the point that I had to totally rebuild the place.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like a brand new country. Tell that Irish cunt to shut up.
I know. 0.08% of the population of Italy now has coronavirus, so it has gone up by 0.7. 0.007%.
Is your boyfriend Matrix Decode willing to fucking have some balls and come on the panel? Do you think, VB?
Oh, I thought you meant him. I thought you were talking about my boyfriend then.
No, I was talking about VB's boyfriend.
Kakes doesn't have a boyfriend. She's single.
And you're frozen. You're frozen.
There's some guy.
My boyfriend is here. Look, I'm poking him. I'm poking
him.
That's
her cousin.
Look, there's his arm.
Here's the go on his camera.
She's
We've seen him on camera before.
Yeah, he was on the other day.
We've seen him on camera before.
He's a hulking stud.
He came back. He came over and kissed her one time on one of the live streams.
Okay.
I was corny.
I seen when she turned the camera on him, and he was like in the kitchen area or something.
Did he come on? Did you come on to the podcast on Wednesday?
BB, can I kick you? Can I kick you just to get rid of that frozen screen, please? And you can rejoin.
All right, man.
Because I don't know if everyone else can see it, but you're
It's
just like
frozen.
frozen on the fucking screen.
It's black for me.
You have
It's
been
just
for
a
the
black
past
screen.
like 10 minutes. Can I kick you, man? Like, is it all right?
Where's
See you later.
people keep asking me where D is? I don't know. Let me see if he's replied. I
He's
text him.
still fucking crying about his fucking gyro.
Right, but D's one of my closest friends, okay, and he has not replied to me.
He's one of my closest friends too.
I mean, I think he's probably asleep because he's not replied to me. What I meant was because we're close, he'd normally reply to me, and he hasn't. I've texted him on Xbox.
He sucks.
And he's not replied.
You missed my hangout. He sucks.
And how dare he? Disgraceful. He almost missed ours on Wednesday. I phoned him up at 9:15, and I was like, "Where are you?" Because normally he sends me the link at like 8:30. Yeah, sure. Normally he sends me the link at like 8:30, and he didn't. So I phoned him. I was like, "Where are you?" He was like, "I'm sorry, I fell asleep." And I was like, "Oh, okay, all right then." Does anybody else feel like they're watching Roger Waters' The Wall with Vlad's like light show in the background?
Vlad's trying to be all intense and shit with us. I don't know what he's trying to do to us. I think he's an MK Ultra. MK Ultra? Us? MK Ultra in us.
So,
there's an ugly bastard, right? Hey, you guys.
So,
hello, YouTube.
So, the date is 22nd of March.
You guys can't even imitate me right.
I can. I do a great job. Hello, YouTube.
Hello.
Validation.
I can speak proper English, unlike those fucking idiots in Britain.
It's frozen. I don't know what's happening right now.
I'm your Brenner's under Meister. Fucking Vlad's in a trip world, man. Vlad's fucking got vaginas and everything flying past them. What the fuck's going on with that?
It's
Jesus
mathematical
Christ.
equations. That's all it is.
Aye.
Help.
What is it? 1 + 1 equals fucking tripped at my fucking box.
I'm going to do something different, not just have the same background. You know, the
Hello,
line.
YouTube.
That's, hello, SpewTube.
Hello,
Right.
YouTube.
Right, I won't get more guessing because you're boring me. Right.
So,
How are my feelings?
here's the question. How long till the women are just walking the streets for toilet paper?
Just aimlessly walking around looking
No,
for
no,
toilet
no,
paper.
no. Working the street walking for toilet paper.
Oh, like,
yeah.
all right.
How long until that goes down?
That's a good question. That's a
No
good
pun
question.
intended. How long till that goes down?
I'll give it a month.
Well, in my house, it will take 26 toilet rolls. I'll let you know when they've gone.
We came up women are like, they're like wrap around their hand about 50 times.
This
right.
is the worst ever fucking feed I've ever experienced on this show.
Because your internet shite and your computer shite. How long have you had your computer for? Like
You know
10
what?
years?
You know what? I'm going to go do this fucking update that it told me to do yesterday. And then I'm going to come back. And that might help a lot.
That probably is what it is.
Yeah.
Right, go and do your update, you weirdo.
Okay, I'll be back shortly, motherfuck faces.
Right.
We'll be gone.
Maybe Tim will come back.
All right.
Thanks for watching. This has been Validation
I think Cigar Face.
live
needs to
stream
come
This has
on.
been Yo Brenner.
on the toilet.
Yo Brenner sitting in the toilet. I'm just going to kick the guy because he's just annoying me now.
We guys think
I
about,
just kicked him. He was annoying.
about this that whole
Why are you
challenge,
naked? What?
the toilet licking challenge that they have. Have you seen that?
The who?
The toilet, they're licking toilet seats in public.
Oh my god!
Now it's a protest
Man.
against Trump, which is stupid. I guess it's some YouTube or some Twitter cunt. Some Twitter cunt started it. She did it in a airplane toilet.
That's
And
fucking disgusting.
she failed to tell people until after like a couple weeks or something that she actually took bleach and bleached it off before she did it. You know, anyway, it shows her licking the toilet seat. You know, you can tell it's in a plane and stuff. But then there's other people doing it, you know, like in public toilets. It's so fucking disgusting. Like, I wouldn't do that with my toilet. And that's not even just the seat. They're like, you know, you pick the seat up, you know, the part that's below the seat, they're licking that. It's
I feel sick. You're
it's fucking
disgusting.
disgusting. Yeah.
I
But
can
now
imagine the dump you could take, Vlad. Be the legendary.
Legendary turd.
The shit that you eat. Fucking hell.
And shit I eat. What do I eat?
I can only apologise
A lot.
to anybody who's just joined, but you joined at your own will because this is called The Toilet.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We talk shit. We talk shit. Feces. Feces
Oh,
is
God.
my middle name. You get that? Feces is my middle name.
Oh,
okay, look at this.
sure.
How did it
I guess it's
degenerate to such a fucking pathetic
Because
existence?
you let Vlad on.
I know Vlad with his weird fucking MK Ultra fucking Pink Floyd shit flying about behind his head.
Fractals.
That's
they
just
hype
weird,
that.
man. You're just freaking me out now. You're just fucking freaking
Alright.
me out.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
I can't look at you right, man. You've
He's
got, like, it's like you're flying through space and all that. You're making me whitey. Feeling a bit woozy now.
Where you're fucking crying.
What the fuck is that crap? Oh my god. Is that like a 1990s fucking software? The fuck is that? Oh my god. Stumbling off the edge of
You're just like talking.
Do you know?
shit.
Can I just say something exceptionally obvious?
What?
You could have just put your name as your YouTube, like myself and Jed both did. Like, people can read it easier, and your big head doesn't get in the way of that. It's a watermark.
It stays there forever.
I was wondering.
Next, he's gonna have a tiny decal across his camera.
Please see my forehead. I don't have that. What's his name? Ranty. I don't have the Ranty forehead.
No, Randy's forehead's about that size. Like, see where that crease is on my forehead? That's when his head starts curving back. Like, fucking that. I think that's Neanderthal genes. Like, a lot of us have got it. Like,
I swear he was stored upside down as a baby. That's why.
Well, I see that when I look with the Eastern Europeans. They've got like the back of the heads are quite flat. Like the guys, they've got flat heads at the back. Like, and it almost looks like they've got half a brain. But I think their mums didn't turn them. I think we've got a culture in Britain where we turn the babies to make sure their heads are nice and round. Sort of thing.
In the United States, there's a lot of Native American.
I was thinking of a Scotch egg. Scotch egg baby head. Make sure the breadcrumbs are on.
Now here in the United States, there was Native Americans that they would carry the babies on a board, and it would make their heads flat on the back.
It's called. Is it flat cap?
Was it Muttley? No. What was the cartoon character?
Who? What?
The cartoon character that she laughs like that. Kakes
Oh, Muttley. Aye, Muttley.
Yeah, Muttley.
Thanks, man.
I tried to put a link to that on one of your videos, Jed, and it kicked it off. I deleted it. There it is. You never bring it up, Jed. I'll find it real quick. It sounds exactly like that.
Fucking hell, guys. These are nutters.
And you haven't been drinking?
Ow, my feelings. No, I'm sober. I have tea. Yeah.
So you having a hang at the morning? Cakes.
Me, yeah. I don't know. I'm like you said at the beginning, I'm sick of talking about coronavirus. I am like, so I wanted to come on here and talk with you because I knew that's what you were doing. But for my own stream, I feel like the past few weeks, all we've talked about is coronavirus, and I am so bored. It's like no shade to Jamie, but when Jamie does the same topic over and over and over again, and he'll talk about veganism for like 10 days in a row, I'm like, can you not? Like, I want to talk about something else. So I don't really know what we're going to do. I think we're just going to like rock
wing
up
it.
and just
wing it. That's what I do. That's what I do every
start
fucking...
chatting.
Honestly, I've got no bits of paper in front of me or fuck all. It's like, I just think, fuck it. I've got some shit in my mind. And I'll fucking say what I think. And hopefully people will resonate with that shit. And we can just feed off each other. Because that's what I do when I go, like when I meet people socially, when I go to the pub, I don't go to the pub with a list of stuff I'm going to talk about. Like when I go meet people, I fucking sit down and we talk, and hopefully one thing bounces off another, and then you're not going to be sitting there in silence. Hopefully, like you can generate a fucking conversation. Because what would we be if we couldn't fucking talk? As Stephen Hawking used to say, we need to talk.
Hey Jed, go to that link and put it on there. Put it on the side screen here. And how you can put us on the side, and highlight that video there.
What was that, man?
This
He
video-
wants you to share screen the link that he's put in the private chat.
All right, he's got. All right. I've not looked in the private chat. All right. Share. What is it? I'm share screening.
It's that Muttley's laugh. It's gonna sound like.
Oh,
Kate.
for fuck's sake, man! We know what fucking Muttley's laughs like.
I know it's so crazy. It sounds exactly the same.
Do you know what?
This
Vlad,
ain't a bad case.
I'm going to take the executive decision and ignore your fucking. Nah.
I agree.
All right, well, fuck off then.
Fuck you. Fuck you and your fucking shite link.
Jed, you should play that video that
Fuck you as well.
Yep, you should play that video. Validation Boy Wisdom. Play Validation Boy Wisdom on the stream right now.
Does such a thing exist?
Yes.
Fuck
Play
it,
it.
man. It's like Scotch fucking mist.
Find the video by our comedian I called Validation Boy Wisdom. Somebody do it. I can't do it.
Validation Scotch mist.
Validation Boy.
It's like a fart in the wind.
Validation Boy Wisdom.
Validation Boy's wisdom's like a fart in the wind.
Is it by our comedian I? Well, your stream's cutting out, so great. Can't hear you again.
La 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 la.
It's 3 minutes long.
La 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 la. Little Mermaid.
Cakes is back.
The white one. The white Little Mermaid.
It's by our comedian I.
Under the sea. Under the sea. Now when it's wetter and it's much better, take it from me. Out on the shore they work a day. Down on the beach they work a day. That was a white Little Mermaid.
I need a straight jacket.
DB's cringing to the max. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You can cringe all you want, motherfucker.
When I cut out, you were trying to find that video Validation Boy Wisdom by our comedian I so that you could play it on the live stream
Doesn't
for everyone to
exist.
enjoy.
Doesn't exist anymore, mate.
Definitely there. It's definitely 100% there. And you should go ahead and play it then.
No, in my universe, mate. Doesn't exist in my universe. Under the sea.
And I come back to fucking Jed talking about white fairies. And
mermaids,
man,
in fact.
Frozen.
Oh,
it's all frozen.
Your internet shit, mate. Vlad, his internet shit. His.
What?
Oh,
What's
didn't he pretend I'm cutting it?
¿Por qué? No comprende.
Right. Vlad's getting kicked just for his cheek. Anyway, Vlad, next time, didn't pretend my connection shit. You just go. Just go. Under the sea.
So, Madame Medusa hasn't had a TV in 10 years. That's crazy.
All right, Vlad.
What now?
How you doing, mate?
What happened?
You got to stop pretending you couldn't get connection. Right. You can't answer my question, so I'm not going to fucking entertain it. Right, does anybody else want to come on? Because Vlad's boring me with his fucking MK Ultra stuff anyway.
This hypnotic craziness.
Vlad,
VB,
back
out
on.
of curiosity, can you hear us better now?
Now I can, but it's still doing this thing where it just stops in the middle of someone talking and then it freezes. And then, like right now, you guys just froze. It just every about 30 seconds, it just keeps going this wheel of freezing. And then it blacks out. I can't hear anything you guys are saying. I've restarted my computer. I've closed every window down. It's the only window running. It's obviously coming from
Right, you're boring us now. Vlad, you see
It's
when I was doing this
nuts.
face? See when I was doing this face, Vlad?
Yeah.
That annoys you, eh? That
No.
annoys you, eh? It does. What does that bring? What kind of thoughts does that bring when I go?
Soy boy.
Exactly, soy boy. Who was the soy boy that knocked out Mike Tyson?
What's that?
Who was the soy boy that knocked out Mike Tyson in his prime? No Lennox Lewis when Tyson was a bit fucking just out of jail and what was it? Was it before?
I don't watch
He was in his Buster fucking Douglas. And you get when Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson? The camera looked at me and they went, that's where that face comes from.
Okay.
No fucking soy boy.
Okay. We should have made that very clear when you did it then.
Buster Douglas.
if you look
Buster
around,
fucking
you look up-
Douglas. Do you want me to get Buster Douglas? I'll share screen Buster Douglas. Kakes likes Buster Douglas. I know she loves him.
Well,
Buster
even
Douglas.
I don't know what on earth you're talking about. I am lost.
That's who
Go
you
back
had
to
to
the
beat.
Little Mermaid. I get that.
Mike Tyson's knockout. You wasn't trying to beat Mike Tyson. You were trying to beat Buster Douglas. That I remember.
I need an adult. Oh God, I hate sitting still for so long. Ooh, I feel
fuck
like
is
John
that?
LeBon.
John
Cardboard
LeBon.
cut out.
Fucking
How can he
what?
sit this still? You know, like I need to like get up and just like. I'm sorry, I'm wiggling my legs. It's fine. I'll be
I've already
okay.
been up about 20 times. I'm going to get up again because I'm busting a piss.
Dan's
Right, anyway.
chair's right there, and I have to like wiggle past him.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
There you go.
Hey.
February. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to
Hey.
live stream, February 11th, 1990.
90.
Tokyo. Phoebe's like, shut the fuck up, bitch.
Remember Tyson in these days, man? He was a fucking beast. He was a
Yeah, I'd do it.
beast. He was growling and shit, and like, oh look, he comes running out. Yeah, fucker. Oh, yeah, fucker. Tyson in these days was the most feared fucking boxer alive.
Which one's tight? He's the paler one, right?
He's the one in the black shorts. Tyson's in the black shorts. They always wear black boots. He was going to kill you, man. He was going to fucking kill you. Tyson was going to kill you. I don't know if Buster Douglas makes a face in this. I hope he does at the end. Just to prove to Vlad, that's no sawboy face.
Somebody
That's no fucking
coached.
sawboy.
Somebody coached him really well on Mike Tyson's fucking wide open gaps and when to hit him.
He was quite short, Mike Tyson, and Buster Douglas went in as aggressive as fuck. Right.
But he was like tagging right between the gloves, right in the face. Like Mike Tyson wasn't used to having to have this kind of a consistent amount of defense for a long period of time. And that's why he was able to go in strong, strike. Mike Tyson's not ever had to stand there and just take multiple hits, you know?
He smashed him there as well. Look, watch. Boom. Buster Douglas actually fucking ends up on his arse in this fucking fight. I forgot to mention that. He gets up, and you know what? Buster Douglas's mum had died like a couple of weeks before, and he was like dedicating this fight to his mum, his dead mum. So that gave him like the extra fucking sort of drive. But the knockout is spectacular, man. Because Tyson, you know yourself, EB, if you're a combat sports sort of fan, that fucking everyone knows Tyson was a beast in his day, man. He's like, what was his record? Some like fucking 25 fights at the time. He had like fucking 24 knockouts. And they're like 20 of them were in the first fucking 3 rounds. You know what I mean? It was like devastating shit, man. There's Buster Douglas smashing him.
What about Mike Tyson?
Oh! That was the end of Tyson. There and then. Boom!
Play it back again.
Try to
Just
put the
last
gum shield in
second.
the mouth. Watch this. This is the most iconic part. He's trying to put the gum shield in the mouth. Oh my fucking God, he's fucked.
He hugged that.
This combination. Boom. Boom.
That
Boom. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's when the bully gets fucking dethroned. That's perfect, man.
what about
That was so
Razor
good.
Ruddock?
But
What
wait,
about
Nick,
Razor Ruddock?
when he gets a hold of that thing, he's like, "Mama, I want to go home."
He's
Watch-
trying to put the fucking gum shield back in the mouth.
like, "Mama, I want to go home."
Right, we're there.
Razor Ruddock.
Here we go.
Oh fuck. Okay. I'll let it slide, Jed. I'll let it slide.
Is that a soy boy? You call him Buster Douglas a soy boy?
No. Well,
He would
actually,
knock
not
you
really
the
so
fuck
much.
out.
He's kind of like got a shocked look. Not like, "Hey, look at me, I'm gay."
Fuck
I'm a
off,
soy
man.
gay boy.
I'm gay. Here's
You, I'm talking
talking about gay. Here's Validation's boyfriend.
Oh,
There you go, VB. Your wish is granted.
Nothing but disrespect.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
mute.
It's
Where you at?
banter. It's banter. Do you know what banter is in the UK? It's called banter. I don't even really know this guy, and he doesn't know me, so it shouldn't really matter. It's just words. Words floating around in the universe.
All right, Matrix, where you at? You're on mute. Unmute. Everybody else mute except for Matrix.
I'm going
Hello,
for a quick
everyone.
pee.
Can
I'm
you
going for
hear
a
me?
quick pee.
Hello.
I'll be back.
yeah, we hear you. How are you, Matrix?
I know of Matrix Decode because of John LeBon. John LeBon and
Couple cut out.
Matrix Decode used to do very interesting shows on live streams on YouTube back in the day. And I went to Matrix Decode's channel.
Hello, everyone. Hey, VB. Hey, Jed. Can you hear me okay?
How are you? Yeah, we hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hey, Kakes.
Hello.
Hey,
Hola.
I'm getting a bit of a lag here on the feed.
Weird.
On the
Jed's
StreamYard feed.
Jed's signal really sucks.
Hola.
He needs to. I
How
don't
are
know
you
what
all?
Jed did something
You having
wrong.
fun tonight?
Are you watching us through YouTube or are you watching
Right,
us
right.
through StreamYard?
Okay.
Matrix.
No, I've closed those windows. I'm just in the StreamYard chat, and I've got the pop-out chat.
Okay. So you
From
should be
YouTube.
hearing us properly now, yeah?
Yeah, sounding good. So
Cool,
say hello
cool.
to Laurie Gale in the chat. Dan W.
Oh, we love Laurie. Laurie's my favourite.
I hope you're well. Yeah, in these difficult times. I mean, yeah, it's some strange times. Hey, VB, I think you're muted, man.
I don't know if anyone can hear me, but there's this rolling outage. There's a rolling outage of everyone losing connection in a circle, and nobody can hear each other. So something's wrong with this StreamYard. It's on Jed's end.
No, I hear everybody perfect. Who we got?
We got Timmy back.
Ah,
I can
Yeah,
hear
we-
everybody.
Timmy.
Everybody.
Anyway, for how long? A year I called
Hey,
him.
Tim.
I forgot Matrix was fucking English. I thought he was American.
I expected an American as well.
I
I
forgot.
honestly expected an American.
I forgot he was American. He was British. How you doing, Matrix? Anyway, mate. The last time I seen
I'm doing
Matrix,
all right, thanks, mate.
the last time I seen you, man, you were like watching videos of ships disappearing over the horizon and accepting the world could be curvature. I'm not saying you committed yourself to the globe, but I'm saying you kind of shifted yourself from flat Earth
Right.
more to a skeptical
yeah.
stance.
Yeah, that's no. I believe the Earth is a sphere.
Oh, do you know?
100%. Yeah, I mean, I made the videos with boats going over the horizon, and some other videos. Yeah.
How was the backlash?
So yeah,
How was the backlash from the cult?
it was okay.
Was it all right?
Right. Yeah, it wasn't as severe as it could have been. I think. Yeah, I mean, I knew a lot of the people, so they were cool. You know, a few people asked me about why I went back to the globe, and a lot didn't. A lot ignored what I had to say back then.
Aye.
And yeah,
I remember you back then, man. That was fucking. Oh God, what are you doing now? What's your channel about now? Because
I haven't made any videos. So I left YouTube for like a couple of years now. Yeah.
So what's your take on this Corona stuff, man? What the fuck's going on? Because none of us know, so it's good to hear all different sort of opinions. We can try and figure this shit out. Because I don't think it's actually to do with disease and people dying. I think there's some kind of other agenda fucking happening. But you reckon you got Corona and you know people who have Corona and stuff. So let me hear, man. Your take.
Right. Well, I'm in southern Spain here, and I got the symptoms about just over 4 weeks ago, and I live out in the countryside, and I've not had the flu for as long as I can remember, a few years at least, And I had to take someone to the emergency room down to the hospital. And I went down to the local hospital first, and there was a girl in there saying she's a 20-year-old girl. She said, "Oh, I got the flu." And we was in there for a few minutes, and there wasn't someone there to treat this person. So then I took them to the bigger hospital with a big waiting room. We were there for a couple of hours. And then the symptoms kicked in a couple of days later, and they were mild, and I didn't have a high fever. It was weird. It was just unlike anything else I've had before. And after about a week to 10 days, I was like recovered and feeling much better. But the last couple of weeks during the evenings, it seems to keep recurring. There seems to be some kind of recurring symptoms.
Do you think it could be? See, when you listen to the news and the media, like I've got the strong, like I remember hearing.
I don't think it's psychosomatic. If that's what you're saying.
I think. Oh, that's where I was going down. I was going down.
No, I don't think it's not. I wish the symptoms, man. I normally get over this stuff really fast.
Because I remember hearing about Morgellons with the chemtrail movement. Like people were believing these chemtrails were spraying some kind of fucking chemical on them, and they were getting these like threads and stuff coming through their arms and and they believed it so hard they were actually getting symptoms. There was like placebo. It was like a placebo effect. When someone believes something so hard, they actually start getting like phantom symptoms, like psychosomatic, like you were saying before. Sorry, but could it be something like that?
I really don't think that's the case at all. No. I mean, I have asthma. I have a previous lung condition, and I've been really felt like I've had a case of like mild pneumonia fighting that. It's really felt like that. My immune system's fighting with this off. And you can hear in the way I sound. I don't sound 100%. I'm not here to convince people. What I'm trying to say is like, you just got to look around at the people here in Spain, for instance. We got it before you have it there in the UK. In America, you're kind of behind on the sequence of events, really. So this was, over the last few weeks, and we've seen the shutdown here, and I heard about the toilet roll running out in London.
Yeah.
Before it ran out here,
did it run out in London before Spain? This week, my best mate in London has been in hospital for 3 days. It doesn't have any underlying health problems. Never had this problem before. He just got out yesterday. I haven't caught up with him fully. He hasn't, we haven't spoke since. I think he's still recovering. The amount of people here that are sick, and the medical system's overloaded, and all the doctors and all that. It makes no sense for this to be a hoax. It makes no logical sense for this to be either a hoax or fake thing. Because there's no strategic advantage in that. Well, the powers that be can't manipulate the world. This is a perfect opportunity for. We've got John LeBon in the backstage here, and he's made recent videos saying it was a hoax. And you know John LeBon, man. You've got a good history with John LeBon.
Yeah. So I'm cool with John. I think with this, I think it's irresponsible to tell people that it's a hoax when it's not. Based on the evidence that I've seen him talking about. Yeah. Versus the statistics of people that are dying, the death rate. I mean, like today in Italy alone, 800 deaths today.
So do you feel that the death rate there is 1 in 10? Well, do you feel that the fact that because you contracted corona, you have to go on some kind of crusade to?
I'm not on a crusade. No, I just want to warn people. I think people are just being really naive,
ignorant,
and they need to snap out of this malaise. This has taken everyone by surprise, and
that's fair enough, man. That's what. If you that's fair enough. If you believe that you did have it.
Well, the symptoms were just weird, man. I mean, I heard Tim speaking earlier, and he said he's had something like this back in December or something, where it felt really different, and this feels really different. And he wasn't psychosomatically programmed to think that the symptoms lasted a lot longer for a month or something. That's what he said earlier.
Well, I remember
that was really interesting for him to say that. You know, it's
well,
kind of
I
a relief
remember
to hear
getting
that he's recovered. You know,
I remember last year, and I think it was during the summer. One of my workmates went down to England, and he came back up with he had like the flu, and I remember saying I've not had like a flu or a cold in ages, and then I must have caught off him. And then I was thinking, like, the other day there, if this corona stuff came out then, I would be more convinced because my workmates went down to England, came up, then I got something, and I was off work for like a week and a bit with something. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just interesting to hear another perspective.
Well, it hasn't turned up there yet. It's not in full.
Well, how do you know for a fact
when
you
you're
have
lockdown?
corona?
What
I
was
don't know.
about
I
to say,
don't know. I have
because
it.
you've
I
just
don't.
said
I haven't been tested. I'm just going on the symptoms, and this has affected me differently. My best mate's just been hospitalised.
Yeah, that's what I was
Come on.
about to say, Matrix. Is that like obviously you missed the start of this where I was here. I was explaining that I've had the symptoms since last Friday. I'm feeling a lot better than I was. I had a really high temperature. I'm coughing so much. I keep getting shortness of breath doing like the mundanest of tasks. So I feel you. I get that you're saying that it's a serious thing. In the sense of
it
if
looks that
somebody
way. All the
contracts
evidence
it.
points to that.
But
You know, the statistics.
I also no, but I don't think the statistics do. I mean, 9% mortality in Italy right now, and 0.08% of the population has it. So in reality,
with all the precautions. That's with all the precautions in place.
100% that is with all the precautions in place, but to still keep a level head as a country,
I've heard that so many times though.
0.08%.
I've heard that so many times. Like it's like you say how low the rate that people catch it at, and the response is it's because people are being self-isolated. It's because we are doing this. And I seem to think that even if we were going to work and do normal stuff, it'd be the same fucking numbers. You know what I mean? It's like.
And you have to look at normal flu. I mean, I had normal flu. When did I have normal flu, Jed? Do you remember? Because I looked like shit, and you made a point of being like, "Oh, you look much better now."
A few
it was like
months
last
ago,
November.
Anyway. But you've always got something. You're always something.
No, it's this continuous thing in my fucking foot and in my chest.
Is this fibromyalgia? What's this thing?
Oh, God.
Validation by you.
Fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia. Yeah. No.
GVP-malgia.
I do think that the panic is definitely being inflated with not fake numbers but misled numbers. I mean, when you hear the word 5,000, you're like, oh, that's quite a lot, but actually in retrospect it's really not. Like, I know that sounds cold-hearted and really mean, and I'm very sorry that your friend's been sick in hospital, but 5,000 is not a big number, and we need to realise that and understand that.
Matrix, did your friend have any underlying health issues or fucking anything like that?
No. I mean, we're both in our late 40s. You know,
that's still young. That's young, man. Yeah. In sports terms, it's old, but in like life term, it should be like you're not even middle aged yet.
My system's fighting it off, you know, and he seems to have done all right. He's got through the worst of it, so. You know, it affects people differently. That's the thing, you know. The curious thing about what is this virus? Where I mean,
where did it stem from?
That's very curious. And what agendas are at play here? It's also another interesting.
So do you believe in the mainstream narrative that it started in some fucking jungle with people eating bats or something like that?
No.
Do you think it was a created? Is it a created thing?
Yeah, that's what that's what I think. Yeah.
What do you think, Tim?
There's just been
Karen B.
They can't eat Chinese food anymore.
It's not.
Hold on.
We've been a bit hesitant to the Chinese as well. Let's be honest.
Wuhan anymore? She's saying.
Yeah, it's true.
Huh. Sorry, I'm cooking.
Oh, he's got to sell a GPV.
What's a GPV?
Oh, you try to pretend you don't know what a GPV is. Validation boy, he's pretending he doesn't know what a GPV is.
Oh, gyno. What is it called again, BB? Tell me.
A gold-plated vagina.
I heard
You need to
it.
get me one of them.
I heard it in the background. The GPV.
She said it's not a bad thing.
No, I'm asking if that's a bad thing.
Oh God, validation boy. Think about it. Tim Ossman's gonna have kids soon.
No.
That's weird, eh? Aye, man. I know. I can hear it in your voice. You sound like a dad almost. You're getting dad. You're getting to the dad stage now.
No.
Yeah, pretty soon.
She's laughing because she knows it. She laughs because she knows I'm saying what she's thinking.
You're a funny guy.
It'll start with a dog. You'll get a fluffy wee Labrador, and then suddenly
We
you're
were
like,
thinking of that, actually.
see, I told you, man. It starts with a dog.
Is a dog better than a baby?
No, well,
Yeah,
it
some way.
depends.
No.
Some way.
So Laurie put in the chat just, it is too big a pandemic to be all fake. And this, like, is it a pandemic? With like 0.008% of the population?
Right.
Is that a
we'll be
pandemic?
conservative here. There could be a disease kicking around. It could be a common flu. But by the way people are talking, like Tim and Matrix, these guys aren't really bullshitters. Like, we've known them for a while within the circles of YouTube, and they want to just say something and then get bullshit, like outright bullshit. So there's something in the back of Matrix mind and Tim's mind that thinks that this could be a real thing.
Well,
do you have old
Matrix,
people?
by the way, real quick, Matrix.
Sorry, go on. Hey,
It's been
Tim.
years,
Hey, man.
man. I really hope all is well with you. Glad you heard what I said, because, like I said, in Salt Lake, there's several people, and also kind of all around. Hold on, bud. That there's a lot of noise. Who's all right? That we already got sick with something different. Holy shit. Yeah, there's a lot of background noise, Matrix, I think, for somebody.
Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, you said you. Yeah, it's good to speak to you, with you, Tim, man. I mean, I've been missing your content on YouTube. I think it's been you've been one of the funniest people, like critiquing the flat Earth community and many other things, man. You brought a big smile to my face many times.
Yeah, I mean, really, I like trolls nowadays. Mute real quick. I think it's you.
Do you think it's her? You cut it a wee bit there. This static's unreal. Where's that coming from? Is that you? Is it Matrix? No.
No.
Kakes, mute. Try muting Kakes. Kakes, it's you.
Yeah, there it was.
Fucking you.
Yeah.
It's you.
Thanks.
You just interrupted like the last 10 minutes of your fucking shit.
No worries.
That shite noise.
Is it better now?
It's better now.
Never.
Okay, yeah, it was my phone charger. It wasn't me, it was my phone charger.
You fucking sabotaged my fucking hangout. You're sent in
I'm
by
sorry.
John LeBon's in the chat. Sorry, I just want to highlight the fact that John LeBon's in the chat. He's saying, where are the people collapsing in the street? Why don't we... What was that? Why don't we see what they showed in China?
He needs at least video evidence to then call it a hoax, basically. So even if there was video evidence, it would just be called a hoax anyway. So doesn't matter.
But if I took the video, I would know it'd be true because and that's sort of people acting. They paid them actors out in the streets where I'm at. I would have to believe it's true if I seen people dropping in the streets.
This comes to a sort of question, John LeBon. Like, I've always had this thing in the back of my mind. Like, I think he's serious, but there's always something that makes me think that he's just taking the piss. What do you think, Tim? Like, you've had years of experience with the guy. Do you think he's taking a piss? Like, a lot of the time.
I call Infinite Plane Society because I've watched him and I love it. It's conspiracy parody. There's conspiracy drama channels. There's conspiracy hoaxer channels. And for the most part, John LeBon is
But where's the demographs for this shit? Where's the money? Where's the like? It's such a fucking weird little fucking corner.
Well, there's all kind of as you know, John
Kakes, come
LeBon
here, please.
himself would say, is a niche market. There is a niche market for the auto hoaxers, for the people who believe that virtually everything is a hoax, and
Exactly, niche. So how's that profitable?
it's profitable to the niche markets. The what kind of I forget what he used to say, but flat Earth used to be this to him, and a niche market, but it's also called something else. But I mean, there is, and it's not to say that his information is invaluable in certain senses. I'm just saying
certain stuff is good. Like, but when they say it's like history is only like fucking, is it 200-year old, or I'm not sure if it's like only goes back 200 years or.
well, virtually you could say that in that they used to use different types of paper and ink and all this kind of stuff. So the latest history is, I guess you could say, probably 400 or 500 years old. I think that's what they say for some of them.
Right, that's like double, like more than double what 200 years is. Like the 200-year mark is a bit early. And that is like grasping at straws when you said like the Earth's only fucking, like history's only been around for 200 years. That is like grasping, big time. Like we've got coins fucking older than that shit, meaning the sun.
Well, this comes from a person that says that missiles, as you might call them, are a hoax, and rockets and all this different type of stuff. They think they need these extra stabilizers to keep them straight. And SpaceX that sends many rockets back down that have personal people filming them.
No, that looks like bullshit, man. That still looks like bullshit. That fucking reverse rocket.
Yeah, it defies what we think. But with things like gyroscopes and all this stuff nowadays, where you can fly a gyrocopter up and keep a camera straight, virtually straight, doing all kinds of acrobats and maneuvers and stuff.
Yeah.
They do work. There is technology to do that. It does look interesting, but people see it with their own eyes. That's the problem.
Validation boy, you've been quiet.
Yeah, because your stream fucking blows. The signal blows, dude. It just keeps cutting out. Every time someone says something interesting, I just hear dead silence and everyone's face freezes.
Tim, how's my fucking stream?
37.
How's my stream, Tim?
Well, I got the CIA, like NSA internet or whatever they provided for me, so I'm always online, man. It's 100%, not 99.9.
No, because my shit's 100%, so you're going to be 100%. VB's shit.
I mean, I'm sorry to say it's your side, because I've only cut out one time and it was you. With everybody that's been on so far, it's not been no glitching, no sound distortion, and usually Timmy has got that that robot voice, and he hasn't had that at all right now. So it's on your side, baby.
So fuck you and your fucking shit stream. You got fucking shit streams.
Oh man, this really sucks. It's always happens to me. It's really weird. Whenever there's an interesting lineup of guests, somehow my internet doesn't fucking work. Really
John
strange,
LeBon
man.
is fucking chapping at the bit in the chat.
Yeah, we need to get him in.
I think he's like, but we can only hold 6 motherfuckers in here. That's the thing. I don't know, would be a horrible person and say, go away, anyone.
Well, I'm the one that brought him in here. I gave him the link, and
Did you know? Did you know?
Oh,
yeah, me? What?
You can make way for GLB to tell us how bullshit stuff is.
It seems
Hey,
like he doesn't actually want to come on.
Hey, Trolls versus Trolls said VB is on a prepaid 3G plan. 3G.
That's not true though. I'm all 5G hooked up.
That's still funny though.
I know.
So one thing to say really quickly is that Jed's stream didn't come in through my subscriptions. Obviously, nobody's seeing it. And there are people like JF live streams who has COVID-19 or coronavirus in his live stream just prior, and I could actually see it, and there was hundreds of people watching. So I guess they sent a bunch of people home.
No, Tim, I'm just not that interested, mate.
No, I couldn't. see it though. Like I couldn't physically see it. If people had seen it, there would be more people here right now. For
Yeah.
sure.
Because I didn't know you were live for an hour. I kept going to your channel and looking, and all I saw was your old video. And then I just went out. And
Well,
went
that's
back
what
in
was
different-
happening with me and you as well, VB, when you done your live stream the other night there.
Yeah,
It's interesting. They're like fucking with us, man, because they're all like at home and stuff. So they got nothing better to do than sit there. And
But I
fuck with
heard
our
that in the
channels.
news. Like, I don't know if anyone else heard this, but they said the YouTube was going to make streams with less definition for all the fucking, like, even the COVID-19 was affecting this, like, YouTube.
Really?
So, aye, they say some shit like that. So they weren't
Last
going
thing I
to
heard you say was that
streams.
they're going to make YouTube streaming, and then it cut out.
Oh,
Well, I
thanks
mean, they do
thanks
use
for interrupting.
they do use an exorbitant amount of bandwidth. I can't imagine a system that can actually run like YouTube.
I know. It is crazy how much YouTube gives out free, like, bandwidth, like Tim was saying. Like, we could go do streams for hours and hours and hours just talking shit, and that must be using up something. I mean,
Yeah.
so they must be just cracking down.
There's a new
I
thing
think
where
there's like,
NASA has the capability of putting a signal at 11.9 billion miles away to some old, and this is like old vintage stuff. Was that Voyager, which is like in the 70s? So it's 11.9 billion miles away, and they started it back up. So however far that is. So if they can do that, then this little YouTube ain't shit compared to that.
Matrix, what were you gonna say?
sorry, I was going to go back to the virus. I mean, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Yeah, the whole conspiracy, on YouTube, the scene on YouTube, that everyone's saying it's fake, it's a hoax, it's 5G. You're just endangering people's lives. When you realize that they're in weeks to come, when the death, that it's spread more, you're going to feel responsible. You are being partly responsible for some people's decision making on this. Sure, look into it from a conspiratorial point of view. What are the agendas at play? Sure, but to outright say it's a hoax or fake, you're just endangering people's lives. And it's the elderly. I mean, I was wanting people like Jed to ask Jed and Kakes, the younger people who seem very like. I mean, more Jed is more like, let's take it on, let's get the virus and get it over and done with, But I wonder, like, do you have parents or elderly people around that you care about?
I've got a grandparent.
Right,
she's
right.
84-year-old, but
Wow.
she gets that flu jab, man, every fucking year. Getting the flu jab, and she's still going. Like, a lot of people say the flu jab kills and the vaccines, but she gets this jab every fucking year, and she's still going. So it's like, if they wanted to kill her off, like, she's 84 now.
But you worry about her getting it, and I mean, you're seeing a lot. It's affecting elderly people. I mean, the flu does that as well.
Do you know what? There's a side of me that thinks this is bullshit. She'll not catch it. So, like, if it's bullshit, she'll not catch it. But there's a side of me that thinks, Jed, you've just been ignorant to it all. Ken, maybe it is going around. There's always that fucking, like, there's always the two sides, man. And I think there is something in the middle, Matrix, man. I think there's something. Maybe it is a real disease, but I think it's over exaggerated. And I think there's something in the middle here, man.
Okay, the elite would have no power. They wouldn't be able to make any moves. They wouldn't be able to do this disaster capitalism, whatever they got going on at the moment. They wouldn't be able to do that behind a fake virus. Just wouldn't be. They would have no power.
To answer your previous question, for me, it's about being self-responsible and taking that kind of responsibility. Like you say about old people contracting it. Well, okay, or people with autoimmune systems as well, because this really bugs me. Like, I can't go to work if my son has chickenpox because I might pass it on to one of my colleagues who has an autoimmune system. To me, that doesn't seem fair. Yes, okay, I would be endangering his life, but if I tell him my boy has chickenpox, I personally think that he needs to be responsible of his own self, and he should be the one that takes the time off. And same with the elderly and the people who are high risk. If you are at high risk of getting sick, you're the one that needs to self-isolate, not the rest of the country. I get that there are some instances with the key workers, and key workers need to look after the elderly, like the care workers and stuff, and they can't necessarily be around children. But I honestly don't think this is much worse than the flu. It certainly hasn't entrapped the entire country the way that flu does, whereas more
Not yet.
people each year during
yet.
flu season. You say not yet, but
Yeah. I mean, Boris Johnson just shut. I can't believe Boris Johnson only just shut down the schools. Knowing about this for weeks. I mean, it's like they want it. They want it to spread. It's like Spain and Italy have shut down way before England have. I mean, and America shut down before England. Why
That's
England
another
take so
thing
long?
it seems to be getting used as a political thing.
yeah.
It's like Boris
Very
Johnson's fault because Corona. It's like fucking. He's only getting advised by his fucking. He doesn't know fuck all about Corona, Boris. He's only getting advised by the advisors and all these scientists and fucking medical people. He's only making decisions based on what they're telling him. So you can't turn around and say Boris is doing this. Boris, I'm sick of hearing people blaming Boris Johnson for the coronavirus.
Yeah, I'm not blaming. I'm not blaming Boris specifically. He's
like
the
us.
leader, but he
he has to make decisions. But his decisions are based on his advice from his advisors and all these.
I mean, I can't defend British politicians at all.
He seems to react to what his advice is from his medical people rather than the media. The media seem to be overreacting, and it seemed to be the public are more in line with the media's reactions to things, where the politicians are listening to the proper professionals that are dealing with viruses, and it's that middle ground again where maybe it shouldn't be as exaggerated as the media. But maybe Boris is playing it down too much.
Yeah, there were different strategies. What they were trying to do is they were thinking maybe we'll let it spread and build herd immunity and that. But then they realised, they looked at other countries and what were happening, and they've changed their mind on that.
Yeah, I don't think that it's going to be as big as everybody's making it out to be. I really don't think that the amount of the population is going to get it as what the average sheep is saying. Because I am looking at the numbers. I guess the numbers are increasing.
Hopefully it gets stopped in its tracks.
But at the same time, Kakes, where are these numbers coming from?
Well, this is the other thing. I do have to question if these numbers aren't as big as they should be, because I phoned at 111. For those of you who don't know what 111, it's like the baby 911 or 999. It's like you call them up for medical advice. And I phoned them up on Monday when I'd been displaying symptoms for 3 or 4 days. And they told me, we can't test you because you're not at high risk. Just self-isolate. And I don't want to pass this on to anybody else. I don't, because it was horrible, or is horrible. I'm still feeling the effects. So I don't want to pass it on to anybody. But if I was sick anyway, whether 111 had told me to or not, I'd still stay at home, because I don't want to pass things on to anybody, full stop. But the fact that they didn't test me, and like I said on my stream the other day, it does make me question whether the numbers aren't as large as they should be.
Well, I mean, to me, 800 dying today. I mean, it's a big headline here in Italy. In one day.
Tim's just dropped from the chat, so I'm putting the link out there. So if JLB's out there, he might hit us with some facts and figures and shit to contradict what we've just talked about. Well, Matrix especially, because he's had direct sort of experience with all this shit. Like, to me, I'm not afraid because I've not had any experience around any of this shit, man.
It's the warning what's coming. I've seen it happen here. How I mean, not just the virus, but it's the situation. It's a very serious situation. It's unprecedented, and depending on how it goes, it can be used in various different ways. People just should be prepared, should be taking precautions, and just being safe. That's all. Do
you think this could be bigger than 9/11? The effects it's going to have on the world.
Yes. I mean, there's no carbon being produced at the moment. You're looking at climate change. There's so many different things that are positives for the world agenda, or just there's many different things going on here. Control over populace, definitely one of them.
Yeah.
Freedom of movement. You get fined if you go out here. You can't just. You're very limited in what movement we have here. And then there's the social aspect of people being. It's happened. We got locked down here over a week ago now, and the effects it has on people, psychological effects. A lot of people who are on YouTube are used to being at home and being online and that, but a lot of people aren't. And there's a lot of panic is setting in, and that's something that is you can criticize it all you want, but that's a reality. And people do panic, and people will, as they don't get paid and they lose their jobs and they start to get hungry and they're fed up wiping their ass with some wet cloth.
But that happened. The government's
really
already said that they pay 80% of the salaries for people, and they'll freeze mortgages and rent. And so, will that actually happen? If the government comes in as the hero, this might be the whole strategy, that they'll come in as the savior.
I mean, is that happening for you, Matrix? Have you got like monetary security and job security over where you are? Because obviously, me and Jed are talking from an English perspective. But
Scottish,
because we wouldn't a United Kingdom perspective.
Scottish.
Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. And to add on to your point, Matrix, what scares me more isn't the virus, and I think that's mostly because I don't really have any vulnerable people in my life, so it is coming from a very blinkered perspective, and I get that. But what scares me more is the societal impact. I am worried about what is going to happen. When can my boy go back to, although I say when can my boy go back to school, I'm quite excited to teach him things that school won't, like knot tying and maybe how to make a fire or something like that. Like, I'm quite excited to teach Fred, like,
caveman skills.
Caveman skills, yeah, man. Caveman skills for a vegan household.
New wall paintings with hands.
Yeah, man. Simba.
It's exciting times.
And I just want to pick up on a comment here. Lee has said, if all these people are dying and government did nothing, you would all be crying on conspiracy videos. No, I wouldn't, because people
Boris,
die from cancer. People die from everything all the time. The government, I believe, is only doing.
Do you think the government's reacting just because the way the public are reacting?
Yeah.
The public.
Exactly.
The public wouldn't react the way they are if the public weren't reacting the way they are on fucking social media and fucking shit like that. So they're only pandering to. So society is actually doing this to themselves, in a way.
Or the government is using the media to create this loop that you're talking about.
That's obviously that's obvious. That's fucking obvious. That's one of the things that doesn't even have to be said.
Yeah.
Like, the government are using media to fucking cause hysteria. Like, because in my mind, right, I think of the whole Independence Day or the end of the world. I think that if the elites knew there was a big comet coming to hit the Earth and end mankind, they wouldn't tell everybody on the news. Because then everybody would feel like, fuck this, I'll rob a bank, I'll have the best day. Again, they're not going to cause hysteria because they know the world's going to end. So why would the media just keep spewing out all this fucking shit about pandemics and viruses? It's because the government want them to spew that shit out. They want the public to know that shit. If they didn't want them to know that shit, they wouldn't tell the media to fucking say that shit. Just like I was saying, the comet hitting the Earth. Like, if the governments knew a comet was going to hit the Earth in a week, they wouldn't come out in the news and go, today we found out a comet's going to hit the Earth and end mankind. Because people would just go fucking robbing banks and fucking, there'd be looting, there'd be worldwide fucking chaos. So,
well, you've seen the film 2012.
Well, exactly. And fucking, I think if the government doesn't want you to know something, they wouldn't tell you through the media. This is deliberate. This is deliberate hysteria that they're causing. They're creating this for a reason. Definitely. For a fucking reason. And it's not because a comet's going to hit the Earth, because they wouldn't tell us that shit. They wouldn't tell us that shit.
They're just trying to push us to see how far they can go, and us be subservient to the higher ups, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Or how gullible we are to media.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe the government's thought, do you know what? Maybe the public didn't fucking believe the shit that's coming at the news anymore. Let's hit them with something severe and let's see if they believe us. Virus, everyone's believing the virus. Again, it's like the only information, 90% of the public, they're not looking on NHS sites or anything like that. 90% of the public's information is from the fucking news. It's not from NHS or from health sites. It's from the fucking BBC, from CNN, from Fox, from fucking. And I think it's a controlled fucking hysteria. They want to create this for a reason.
This whole fucking thing is like one massive social experiment.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
It is. It's no fucking viruses. It's a fucking fair enough. They might have let out a virus. Matrix might be right. There might be a coronavirus kicking about there, but it might be just a little shitty fucking thing that it'll only affect ill people, old people. But there might be a bigger fucking agenda behind all this shit, man. Because the governments don't care about people, like I said before. Governments don't care about your granny dying. The government's not going to care about my granny dying. The governments care about fucking economics and all that shit. You know what I mean? So there's something bigger behind all this, man. There is than just a virus.
There's depopulation. You know, there's about the controlling the population. There's also the military's applications of it if it is a weaponized.
Well, like was said earlier, Matrix earlier was that was brought up earlier, the depopulation, but wouldn't they bring something more severe? Like this thing isn't even killing fucking 80-year-olds. It's killing ill 80-year-olds. Like fit 80-year-olds are still fucking living through coronavirus.
Do you think, actually, I've just thought, I'm very, very sorry to interrupt you, but could it be then the vaccine that's going to kill everyone?
You never interrupted me.
Could that be a thing?
I'll let you come in there.
I think so.
Yeah, I do apologise, but
the vaccine might be the one. It might be the one.
Could it be creating all this panic? Yeah, creating all this panic that everybody's like, oh, we're going to die. Oh, my grandma's going to die. Let's get vaccinated so my grandma doesn't get it. Boom, vaccine.
Maybe, but apparently the vaccine is going to take about a year, and within that period of time, we should have seen lots of deaths. If that's the case, I don't know. I mean, I get what you're saying.
Well,
the
look
vaccine,
at China.
That is one of the big fears, isn't it, of people and conspiracy theorists.
Look at China,
though. The vaccine.
If we want to sort of know where we're going with this whole coronavirus in the West, why don't we look at the place where it started, the epicenter, fucking China, and look where it is now. When it started in, when was it? November, fucking last year, October. It started in China last year. So they've took maybe 6 months to get really properly, or 4 months, 5 months to get out of it proper. So why can't we think we'll just do that? And why do we think this is going to be a thing that's going to last forever? It's crazy, man. It's fucking crazy.
Well, I think the government and the powers that be will milk it for as long as they want to. There is no pushback at the moment. I mean, actually, people are kind of powerless. There's going to be no resistance here.
What was it?
I wonder what's going to happen in America.
We're going to give up. We're going to give up our freedoms for this stupid virus. We're going to give up our freedom of movement, freedom of communication, freedom of speech for a stupid fucking virus. It's took them fucking 20 years of terrorism, and we still say what we want. But this one virus seems to have fucking done it all, man, in 20 years.
Well, it's because there's nothing you can blame. There's not a person you can blame. So
exactly.
You can't blame one person. It's this invisible enemy they keep putting out there too. So you can't say, oh, it's the Muslims or it's the Chinese or it's the Arabs or it's this or that or that or da.
It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't discriminate.
Yeah, so everybody's getting affected. Oh yeah, everybody's getting affected. So you can't blame anybody. So yeah, that makes everybody weak. Because who's going to fight who? You can't fight your neighbor. You can't fight the person down the street. You can't fight the person in another country because
it transcends
When it-
communism and capitalism, and that's the whole point.
It's psychological warfare.
And if you guys look
Yeah.
at the if you look at the actual image of the actual bug or whatever you want to call it, to me it looks like a globe that's burnt in ashes and
looks like a
covered
sun.
with red fucking
It looks
flags
like a
of
sun.
communism.
Corona means crown, but it looks like a sun. And the corona of the sun, that's the rays kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fuck it, it does look like a wee sun. Ken, it does. But it looks like a crown. Like, that's what corona does mean, Vlad. It means crown.
It's a
Yeah,
burnt globe with red
Exactly.
flags of communism planted all around it.
The crown is actually sun rays. So it's like you're supposed to be the center of the universe. That's what a crown represents.
To me.
No, not to you. That's what a crown represents, the sun rays. You know, all the parts coming out. It's the sun rays coming out. So it's supposed to be yours. The king that holds the crown is the center of the universe. So now we go back to the corona, going back to the sun rays.
Sue Evans says, people must come together to waken people up. There's so much they want to change. I don't really know what that is. It's kind of like a riddle.
That's that Imagine bullshit.
Like, to me, that just sounds Ridley. Oh my God, I need
It's the funny
sleeping
thing.
pills.
They want everybody to come together. They want everybody to unite by dividing themselves from everybody else. How does that work? I remember hearing that, and Trump said that. I was watching this clip on Trump. He's like, yeah, we all unite. We need to unite as a people by separating ourselves. I was like, how the fuck does that work? How do we unite when we're separated?
Fuck knows, mate. Especially when you can't gather in more than fucking 10 people. Right,
I
so
know I maxed out at 6 here, so we're all good, right?
we're kind of waiting for JLB there because a space came. There was a space. I was waiting. I posted the link a couple of times in the chat. I would like to hear JLB's perspective, to be honest, because I think he said it's a hoax. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna try to go fuck himself again.
Well, I'd
just
like
roll-
to hear, like, if he's out there, there's only 14, 15 people. I don't know. Oh, there we go. There's somebody just joined there. There's a validation boy. How's there two validation boys? For fuck's sake.
Oh no. Not the double
God.
BP.
Right, what one's a
Oh,
better
that's
one?
nightmare. Holy moly.
Right, remove that one.
No, do you guys remember? Do you remember I told I can't remember what JLB said. I told him to go fuck himself. Now I had to take it back. I was like, oh wait a minute, I'm sorry.
Was it about abortion or some shit?
No. It was about oh fuck, what was it? I don't remember. It was funny though. I felt bad because he was just talking. Go fuck yourself, dude.
So where's D Cakes? I'm disappointed.
Yeah, where's the
I really don't know if I could show you my Xbox messages. Like I'm tempted to phone him off Dan's phone.
You
It's
can't have Cakes without D, and you can't have D without
I
Cakes.
know.
I know.
It's weird, man.
It feels like
It's
there's
really
something
weird.
missing. It feels like there's something missing here.
It does. He's not in a party. He's still playing 2 Point Hospital, but he's not in a hospital.
He's
like
been a
normally
little
it says
fucking corona bitch
So I
victim.
think he's asleep.
Yeah, he's been a little corona bitch victim.
Sleeping off the
I'll
coronavirus.
message him again.
Right, guys, we've got one more space. One more fucking space.
Let's see who's in the chat.
I'll put everyone.
Lori should jump on, or who's
Mrs. You.
Anybody jump on? I'm not bothered if it's Laurie or Dagon, Lee. Lee, I'd like to hear Lee. He's got his wee face.
Lee, yeah, this Lee person.
Aye, Lee. I like Lee, man. He's got his wee sort of face. He's got the wee face at the end of everything. Look, see, wee face. He's not happy. He's not happy. I want to hear Lee because he's not happy. He's got a wee face. Come on, Lee. I'm sure I've heard Lee before. Is it like a Scouser? I'm sure Lee's a Scouser. Lee, are you a Scouser?
I can't join nothing to say. That's what he said.
Oh.
Well, here's what's in the chat. How does that work?
Right. So, what we've established tonight that the corona is real. Vlad, do you agree with corona is real?
I don't think it's as bad as they say it is. Like I was saying earlier, you were saying something a few minutes ago. I've been saying for a couple of days now. I think it's something that they can keep control and make it go and kill a bunch of people and scare a bunch of people, but they can control it by saying, "Okay, enough of this, and we can stop it." And then it scared a bunch of people into being in a position that they're not going to, try to retaliate with the next steps of what they're trying to do, because people are just frightened about everything. They're fearful of stuff, not realizing that they don't have to be scared.
And I think that's one of the big things, Vlad, that see this whole fear. When people are scared, they're easier to manipulate. When a society is scared, they're easily to manipulate. Like, they'll give up their freedoms for, like, fucking fear. You know what I mean? It's like, and they've tried it for so long with terrorism, and it's been hard to take that away. But with this virus stuff, it seems to be we'll give up our freeds.
Wait,
the virus, I don't know.
I guess to a certain point, everybody's scared of dying, because they don't know what's ahead, I guess. But it's been a long time. I'm not afraid of dying. I don't want to die, but I'm not afraid of it. So I'm not, I'm not suicidal or anything like that. But when I die, I'm comfortable with when I die, and I'm okay with what's going to happen next. I'm looking forward to it, actually, to tell you the truth. But I'm not going to push that to where it happens tomorrow or in the next few minutes. When it happens, it happens. So I'm, from my point of view, death is. I'm not afraid of death, because to me it's just another step into whatever happens next. And that's just my thoughts on it. A lot of people think we're just going to nothing. Well, I think there's more than that. So, but I don't want to push that, because I just don't. I want to enjoy while I'm here. So, but until then, but a lot of people are afraid of dying. I've talked to a lot of people, and they're literally afraid of dying.
It's natural. It's natural. It's just nature. It's nature, man. But you don't want to die, man. No one wants to die.
Yeah. I don't want to die, but when I do, I'm okay with that.
It's good to accept.
Everybody will.
It'll happen one day.
How old is your dad? Hi. He's like 80, almost 80 years old, and he said for a while, nobody's coming out of this life alive. They're not coming out. Nobody's coming out of here alive, which is kind of, you think about it, it's like, wow, that's true. Everybody's going to die. It just depends on when. So when you embrace that, not that you want to die tomorrow or next few minutes, but it's going to happen. You just enjoy it while you're here.
It's something that's always annoyed me, man. Like, the fucking humans are the most sophisticated fucking thing on the planet. But things like turtles and fucking trees can live like thousands, like hundreds and thousands of years, like longer than humans. It's always, and same with dogs. Like, dogs, man, they only live like 10, 15 years at the most, and max. And it's so heartbreaking that you have to, like, in your lifetime, get about fucking 10 dogs for your lifetime, if you want to keep having a dog your whole lifetime. And it's just, it's like nature picks and chooses. It seems to be the best things in nature don't last as long. Like, the shitty things in nature last years, like a fucking turtle, like, just floating in the sea. It's like fucking, or coral, or fucking like a mushroom or some shit. Like the shitty things in nature seem to be fucking last forever.
Yeah,
it's true. It's like the good die young. The good die young.
But yeah, and once you embrace that, it doesn't matter what happens. If there was a plane coming, and crash into the house where I'm at right now, I wouldn't be like, oh fuck, I'd be like, okay,
that'd be fucking cool. Imagine that. Imagine a plane crashed into your fucking house right now for my stream. I'd be like famous.
Yeah. What I'm saying, I would be like, I would be dreading. I'm like, okay, this is a time. This is how I go out. I'm like, okay, here we are. This is it.
Sue just said something pretty interesting. She put, fear affects your immune system. Look how the media is scaring everyone. When your immune system doesn't work properly, you pick up diseases and viruses, and that's very true. Like, anxiety and depression can affect the immune system substantially. I also just messaged John LeBon on one of his videos, told him to come back, dickhead,
you're stalking
without the
him now.
dickhead.
You're stalking him.
Well,
now.
no,
You fancy him,
I
eh?
wanted to.
Stalker.
No, I
You got a
wanted
wee
to
sweet
hear.
spot for him.
Oh my god! No, I want to hear why it's a hoax. I want to hear all of the sides.
Well,
You know?
I'd be interested to hear John LeBon tell us it's a hoax when Matrix kind of thinks he had it. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to have like on the same panel someone that's saying it's bullshit and someone that's like, nah, I had it, and one of my friends is now in hospital with similar symptoms. I like to hear that.
That's what.
But he's not here now. When there's a space, he's not here. When the
How dare
panel
he?
was full, he was sitting in the back room, but I couldn't remove people. I'm not removing people because JLP's here. There's no fucking YouTube royalty. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm saying people should just be careful. It felt weird to me. The whole thing feels like it's a real virus to me. What I've seen, the statistics, everything, the way it's going down, the strategy behind if this is the new world order or any government or army or nation at play here, the strategy has to be real. You know, you can't do this stuff with a fake virus. It doesn't work.
Well,
all the doctors and nurses, all these people with the deaths treating the patients.
It doesn't matter if it's fake or real. The consequences we're seeing in like outside are real. Like it doesn't matter if it's fake or real. Like what we're seeing changing in society, like the fact we can be quarantined and isolated and all these fucking laws that might be put in place.
And
that's very real. That's very fucking real. So
they've got the world by the short and curlies right now. You know, they've you know, it's like they've got the world. You know, what can you do? What can you do? Governments are shutting things down. You know, this is really like they're showing us there's nothing we can do as well.
You're right, man. Like that's why we're here right now, like just speculating because we're fucking lost, man. None of us, not even our parents or grandparents, have been through something fucking like this on this level. Like this is fucking history. This is like I think this is bigger than 9/11. Like this is much bigger because it fucking goes in every country.
Where did they shut everything down worldwide? They didn't do that in 9/11. They stopped plane travel. They stopped plane travel, and I know. And well, actually, I found out they didn't even do that because if you watch flight plans during that time, they still had flights. They probably cut them in half, but there's still planes flying. Because see, we were told here, at least I was in Phoenix, that all planes stopped flying. There was not. I mean, as soon as 9/11 happened. In at least a week, and for a week they did not fly one plane. Which in Phoenix, I don't remember ever seeing no planes. Because I remember looking up in the sky because I was right next to an airport, so you hear them come by all the time, at least every 15 minutes. And there was no planes coming out of Sky Harbor, which is Sky. If you look it up, it's Sky Harbor Airport. It's the main one in Phoenix. There was no planes for at least a week. But I don't know about the rest of the country, you know. And I've seen some new stuff recently within the past couple of months. That they did have flights around the country, just not as much. So that wasn't true that they halted all flights, you know, in the United States because of that. But still, looking back on that versus now, I mean, look at all the stuff's going on. I mean, they're shutting stores down. There's the fucking everything's being cut, you know, dramatically of what's accessible, you know, and it's so that's happening. We know that's happening, but, you know, the virus itself, who knows what's going on with that? You know, and so I know somebody that actually died from it. I have to believe it's not real. You know, it's just a hype. You know, people getting sick, you know, and people are getting sick and die. So maybe that's the ones we're focusing on is the ones that are dying. Because I was looking at
John's backstage.
There he is. I'll shut the fuck up and let Agent John LeBon fucking talk.
John got my message then.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hey, John.
Hello to everybody. Hello to Jed, especially. Good to see you. Very lovable character. Matrix, good to see you, man. I'm sorry about the illness. Get well soon. Validation boy.
Get well soon.
Well, thanks. I mean, I'm sure you mean that, but
well, I'm sure. Well, no, hold on. Don't misunderstand me. Like if you say that you're ill, I believe you. I might not believe what the doctors tell you is the cause of the illness, but if you're ill, you're ill. That part I'm not disputing. And I think that's what people misunderstand. People like me are not saying that no one's getting sick. People get sick all the time. What they're saying is the sickness. That's where we start to say, well, hold on now. We need to ask some questions here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, ask the questions. Yeah, it's good. It's good to ask questions, but it's also like in a time like it's just like to be more careful. I mean, what if if you're wrong, John? What if you're wrong?
What if I'm wrong about anything I say?
Yeah,
what? I'm just a person with an opinion.
Yeah, sure. For me, I wouldn't want to put people.
No, but that's a good point as well. That's a good point. Like, what if John is wrong? So what? And like I heard earlier that could be putting people in danger. And I remember when I was like one of these guys that spoke against the flat Earth. Like, I was like, what about the education? What about the kids? What can like? Then I thought, do you know what? Why am I on some kind of fucking crusade? Like, if the people believe something, they believe it. If they don't, they don't. Sort of thing.
Jed, I'm the same dude. I asked myself the same question. I'm like, why do I care if these flat earthers are misleading people? I'm like, so what? Why is that my problem? They don't care what I have to say. I've made all these videos showing how these people are liars. No one cares. All right, fine. I move on with my life. If they're wrong, they're wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It doesn't really matter.
So this brings up the point I said to Matrix earlier. Like, why does it bother him so much that other people don't believe?
It doesn't bother me. I don't give a fuck, mate. I mean, I'm on here just because you ask me on. People.
Well, you obviously believe that you've contracted this virus. But
he said
I've had
he said he can't
weirdest
confirm
flu
it.
I've had
Just
yet,
to be
mate.
clear, Matrix didn't say that he was tested positive for the.
Thank you, Matrix's lawyer.
Yeah, I'm just on here saying, man, I've had some weird fucking flu. My best mate's been hospitalized, for 3 days. I mean, people are dying here. Famous people are dying here in Spain.
Why is it all famous?
It happened here a lot earlier than other places.
Personal space contracted anything, but it's all these fucking people like Tom Hanks and fucking all these this black guy, I can't remember his name, but like all these fucking people are getting this disease that are famous. They probably don't mix around the general public, where you probably would usually get something like that.
So you feel sorry for them. So when they get busted for other bullshit, not bullshit, but other real shit.
Like the general public is cash within the society, and fucking if anyone's going to get disease, we are going to get disease. The fucking peasants. Why are all these rich people suddenly get disease? Fuck off.
Yeah, because they don't mess with the peasants.
That makes it look hoaxy. Like the fact that Tom Hanks and all these fucking morons are coming out and saying they've had it makes it look fucking hoaxy. If they just shut their fucking traps and stayed in their little holes, maybe we'd fucking believe that there's some kind of disease. But as soon as these morons come out and go, yeah, I'm famous, I'm rich, I've got the disease, you're like, nah, this could be bullshit. Because Tom Hanks is saying it. Well, that's the way my mind sort of operates.
I know, and they did a 20-minute, they do a 20-minute video and they don't even cough once or have any kind of respiratory, because I looked all this stuff up just to see what's going on, and the respiratory stuff where they said you got to take a lot of painkillers. That's the only thing that can be able to help you, is because you're going to have all this respiratory problems. It's going to cause all this pain. So you're not going to be able to breathe right. It's not going to be about, the vomiting and stuff like that. You're just going to have a hard time breathing. And none of those, all these celebrities that has videos out now, they have a 15-minute video and they're not coughing once or not any labored breathing. So that's cause for concern if they're even telling the truth too, because that's like the number one symptom that surpasses the fever or the everything else, because that's something it has common with the cold.
Having these people go like AIDS and stuff. Like if you're a celebrity or you're famous, before you go and spraff your shit on YouTube, and I'll translate that as talk whatever on fucking YouTube, like say whatever. You've got AIDS, you've got people advising you. By the way, maybe this isn't the right thing to say, or this is the right thing to say. Like before these people even come on themselves on YouTube, they must be advised by people what they can and can't.
Well, when they do it on Twitter, they don't need advisors.
Hey, John, I hope you're well, man. I hope you're well. I see you doing well, traveling around.
Well, I was doing well, bro, but this is pretty much it for me now. I'm probably going to have to go back home. My next flight was to Jakarta. I'm here in Kuala Lumpur right now. And because you were in Singapore for a long time, right? So I'm not far from where you were. Yeah. And next was meant to be Jakarta, but there's no way I'm going to get in there, apparently. And pretty much every country has closed their borders, man. So it's looking like I'm going to have to go back home. So it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But I mean, I understand that like my problems are pretty small compared to a lot of people. Some people were traveling with their families. That's all over. Some people spent thousands of dollars on a holiday. They can't go now. Like people all around the world have been messed up by this. So when people like me talk about, again, I'm not saying that no one's getting sick. I'm just saying that I don't believe there's some super flu that's going to kill us. That's what I don't believe. But the consequences of this, what this is doing to, dude, we're in military. This is martial law here in Malaysia now. As of today, they've got the military enforcing these restricted movement orders. So this is all this is so much bigger than 9/11. This is a phenomenal time to be alive to see all this happening.
Yeah. And it's crazy that we've experienced all these fucking things at once. 9/11, this. What the fuck? What is the next 20 years going to bring us? Like fucking like we must be living in the most strangest times of human existence.
It's going to bring us the dystopian future that all the Hollywood movies have been predicting for the last 50 years.
Oh,
Well, you guys tell me, what are you predicting is going to happen from this? Because I've got my theories, but what do you think is going to happen in the next few weeks, months, years?
There's definitely going to be restriction on movement.
Communism,
of people.
shortages, laws.
I know here in the United States, they've been wanting to block all
Trade.
access to other states. So they want you basically have a passport or an access, have permission to go to another state. So that may be part of this too, because states are more contagious than others. This was they're showing now. So that may play a role in this. I don't know.
I think when the dust settles, like fucking, we start to reconsider where we get our stuff from and who we trade with. Like Brexit, we've got this massive market now. It's like over 100 billions worth. It's like maybe we should buy stuff from America instead of China because of that horrible disease that came through the gates. I mean, I think there could be a big economic thing going on here as well with countries and trade. I do. I think it's massive. I think the trade aspect of it all is massive, but it's so complex that the normal person can't really get their head around it. So they can't really talk about the figures, the numbers, the GDPs that people are losing or gaining or whatever. And I can't understand it either. But I know there's something connected with this fucking virus and economics and trade with these other Asian markets. There's something there. And I think we're willing to take a hit to
economic warfare.
Yep. I think it's economic warfare. I do. I think that's bigger. Like I said earlier, I don't think governments care about your granny dying or your disabled uncle dying because of underlying issues. The government don't care about that. They care about what's coming in the fucking borders, what's going out the borders, money, who's making money, who's taking money off the government. I think it's all to do with money, like in economics, in the big picture. We could go to nuances and talk about all the little, could the virus be this? Could the virus be that? But I don't think that's really the argument here. The argument is what's going to happen afterwards with economics, trade, what is going to fill our shelves now. Maybe we won't have European stuff on the shelves in Britain. Maybe it'll be American products now in the future. I don't know.
Chinese price.
Now we've had Chinese products for fucking 30, 40 years. Maybe it's the end of Chinese production. Maybe Trump and Boris want to bring the factories or the gulags back to Britain and America and get the factories started again.
Yeah, well, that's what it's. They're causing the problem and then coming in and being the hero.
It solves unemployment. Chuck a fucking few thousand people in a factory
And that's the most
instead of in China.
The narcissistic mentality is you cause a problem and you come in and become the hero. So
I don't know, man. I just think there's a bigger picture here.
That's part of it.
We're all missing. We're all missing. I'm missing it as well. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just speculation.
Jen, whoever's in control, because everybody, and we all think there's somebody else in control. It's not the people we see. Those are the puppets, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, so whoever's in control, they're obviously the ultimate of narcissism. So they're going to cause this problem so where we're begging for their help, and they're the one causing it. But we're begging for their help because they're the ones that's going to save us.
Mm-hmm.
There's that aspect too. I'm not saying it's right, but you're asking. I'm just saying that's a thought too, because that's what a lot. And even the lowest level of narcissist, which is a family member. I have a couple of family members I can say that caused problems in my life. One parent in particular, my father, and it caused problems with me and my sisters. And then he tries to become and be the hero and try to join us together. Even he caused a conflict between us. He was trying to make us like, oh, you need to talk to your sister, or you need to talk to your brother, but he's the one that caused the problem in the first place. So I know that happens at that level. You don't think that happens at a major, at a Earth, I'm going to say global, because that means it's, it implies it's a spherical Earth, but, at a worldwide level with all these narcissists that are running the thing that we don't even know about, because I don't think we know who's really in charge. The faces we see, that's just the ones that sacrifice. They're the ones that sacrifice themselves because
my speculation is fucking the Asian market. Well, we're talking about economics. I thought this might be put in here to destroy the Asian market, and JLB is within that environment, the Asia district. Well, where are you? Malaysia, fucking.
Yeah, I'm in Malaysia. Look, I don't think they're getting hurt worse here than in Europe. Like from what I'm seeing and reading. In Italy, as Matrix was saying before, Spain, these places are getting messed up just as bad, if not worse. And bro, here, up until a week ago, there was nothing happening out of the ordinary. Everything was normal. Even on Monday, they declared that on Wednesday they'd start this controlled movement order, which is just a lockdown. That's just a fancy way of saying lockdown, right? They announced that on the Monday. On that Monday, I was at a cafe in a shopping mall. Everything was totally normal, okay? Totally normal. They said, on Wednesday, we're going to start this controlled movement order. By Tuesday, the shopping malls, the one that I used to go to, because there's cafes in there that I like to sit at, the traffic was down, like maybe 50%, maybe 60%, hard to say, but it was down. People were already getting ready for Wednesday. Mm-hmm. By Wednesday, you can't even sit anywhere, can't go to a cafe, can't go to a restaurant. So, like, what I'm trying to say to you is everything was normal until they announced the lockdown. It wasn't like there was this big problem that they had to solve. Then they started putting it on the media, people aren't following our lockdown orders. Yes, they were. The place was a ghost town. Yep. People aren't following the orders. We're going to have to bring in the military. And I think this is what's going to happen all over the world.
Yeah, well, I've been saying something similar as well, but it's like you said, when they bring in the military, that's when I started getting worried. When I see the army with guns,
does anyone here really believe they're going to bring in a military for a virus? Does anyone really believe that? If someone said to you in a year's time, someone said to you a year ago, in 1 year, countries around the world are going to lock down their people and bring in the military, would anyone here have said, oh, well, maybe that's because of a virus? No. You would have said, because this is a fucking takeover. That's what everyone would have said. And now they're like, oh, no, guys, really trust us. There's all these sick people in Italy. And we're like, oh, okay, we just believe them then. There's a super flu on the loose. Really? People believe this?
I got the statistics in front of me, John. Malaysia, 8 deaths. That's it. 8. So your country, well, not your country, but the country that you're in right now is on lockdown because of 8 fucking deaths.
And that's
like,
if
that
we
is
believe
ridiculous.
Those 8. Yeah. That's if we believe those 8.
Exactly.
Right? When I was in Singapore, when I was in Singapore, when I think it was swine flu hit in the early 2000s, maybe mid 2000s, they locked that place down. Right now, Singapore is totally locked down. There are no deaths there. They have the highest, best technology monitoring everyone everywhere you go in terms of ports and airports. They've got body scanners, heat scanners. They've had that for years now, and I think they probably had that in Malaysia as well, in Kuala Lumpur.
2 deaths in Singapore.
That's why deaths are and cases there are probably less. Even though Singapore and Kuala Lumpur are travel hubs for Asia, a lot of traffic goes through there. It's quite surprising they've got such low cases, but
432 cases and 2 deaths in Singapore. So small numbers.
How many cases in Spain? I've not heard much about Spain, to be honest.
Spain, 25,000 cases, 1,378 deaths. I'm not too sure of the population of Spain, though.
But the thing with these statistics
I think
is, if
it's
they
about
say
30
that they've got
million.
these deaths, how do you know that that is from the so-called coronavirus? How do we know that they're not just assigning deaths that would have otherwise happened to coronavirus? None of us knows what testing they're doing. None of us knows what protocols they're following. None of us are in the hospitals. None of us are speaking to the experts. None of us know. We're just being given
I
these
don't think the
numbers.
doctors and nurses are you know, they're diagnosing these things and attributing these things. You know, I don't think they're working, you know, in secret or something. I think they're actually doing their jobs and they're just reporting how they see it. You know, having been to the hospitals here, I don't think the doctors and nurses are in on it. I think they're just treating it and dealing with it as they see it, and they're doing tests for coronavirus. There must be some kind of test that they've been able to differentiate between the flu and this, and maybe it's symptoms as well, severity of symptoms. I'm not sure on how they're diagnosing it.
That's the whole point that I'm making to you,
Matrix,
though. We
did you?
don't know. We just assume. Oh, they must have some test. The doctors must be able to know, like magic, like magicians. This person, you know, I'm going to look into their mind. They've got coronavirus. Bing! Like, come on, let's think through
Well,
this.
that's
No,
what I
I
was
think
going to
they're
ask.
doing
Matrix,
tests.
did you
They're
ask to
doing
be
tests.
tested? Did you try and get tested?
No.
Because okay. Because I was going to say, obviously, you're high risk in the sense that you've got asthma.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that they would test you because, like I say, they wouldn't test me.
Like this. It's the first time I've had anything problems like this in my life,
Mhm.
like out of the blue, being healthy, and then all of a sudden I took someone to the hospital, to 2 hospital emergency rooms. Then I've had this mild flu, and you can't shake it, and it feels the weirdest thing. And my
Yeah, I
mate,
mean, well,
you know, and
I
Tim
think I
Osman had the same thing.
contracted.
There's a woman in the chat called Sue. She's saying she had the same symptoms, can't get rid of
There's
it.
quite a few people,
You
yeah.
know,
There is quite a few people, and like I was at a funeral with over 400 people at the funeral, and I hugged a hell of a lot of people. This was last week, and then a couple days later, I'm hit with symptoms that are the same as what's been described with coronavirus. But my issue is they would not test me.
you're a young
That's my
person.
issue.
It's
I
'cause you're
know
not-
I'm a young person, but
there's
if
not
they
enough
want to
tests.
contain.
Apparently, the
But
tests
why
are
is
expensive.
But
And
how many billions was it? 310 billion or 31 billion pounds that's been put into coronavirus.
I don't know. What I heard was the tests were about $3,000 from listening to the American reporters, and so they're prioritizing those for like certain people, because there's not enough tests to go around. And
Yeah, my
also the tests
understanding
are
is they're
not.
prioritizing
What I
people
heard
who've been
was
overseas.
the tests are not 100%. The tests are not 100% reliable. That's what I also heard.
And what I heard was they're prioritizing these tests for people who've been overseas and who are already showing symptoms. So, of course, if you only give tests to those people, it's more likely these tests are going to come back and look bad. You know, they're not giving these tests to regular people. So when they go, all these people have been tested and all these people have died, it's like, well, if you're only testing people who are sick, of course it's going to look bad, isn't it? Of course it's going to look bad.
I don't know.
Oh, look, this guy's sick, so let's test him. Well, he's already sick.
I think they should be. That's
the other point that I made.
If they got enough tests, you know, if they had enough tests, I'm sure they would have tested you.
But that's the other point that I made the other day on my live stream. I said that, you know, they didn't test me. So could it be the reason they didn't test me was to inflate the mortality rate? Because if I did have coronavirus or do have coronavirus and the chance of me dying is so fucking slim, it's ridiculous. Could it therefore be that they're not going to test me because they want to inflate the mortality numbers?
Exactly. And it's not just your country. I've read the same things happening to people in Australia as well.
Yep. Well, I know of 4 other people in my local area within about 20 miles that have the same symptoms, that are roughly the same age, no underlying health conditions, where they won't test them. So could they just be saying there's not enough tests, or, you know, because somebody earlier said that the entire supermarket got tested in America, but America said there was only 20,000 tests. So how has the entire supermarket been tested, but there's only 20,000 tests? Like, this doesn't, there's so many contradictory things that just do not make sense. There's so many things that I think we need to.
You know, they send tests to hotspots, maybe.
Possibly, but after I've told 111 that I was at a funeral with over 400 people, and I can't tell you who was there, if there was anybody that was positive, and I can't tell you if anybody had been in different countries recently, Why would they not test
I think they're just inundated and probably stressed out to the max as it is right now. And they don't want to admit more patients than unnecessary, and they just succumb to this is what's going to happen anyway. People are going to get sick. We just have to deal with it, and that's how they treated you, it seems.
What if the whole thing is about nanobots? Hey, what if the whole thing is about nanobots that are already inside of us, or that they're putting inside of us?
Hey, what if the whole thing is about nanobots that are already...
Shut up. Did you hear that, Vivi? Shut up. Stop being edgy and try
That's
to
rude.
talk shit.
Why would you talk to BB like that, Jed?
It's about nanobots.
He's talking shit.
Nanobots. I remember about nanobots.
Oh my god.
You know what I heard someone suggesting? I heard someone suggesting, like, what would happen if there really was an alien invasion? Would they tell us, or they try and scare us less by telling us we have to all stay home because of virus, right? And I'm like, wait, we all thought there'd be a fake alien invasion, and then even when instead of the fake alien invasion, it's a fake virus. People still want to believe it's the alien invasion. Once people get now, some people are saying, oh, it's 5G, guys. This is all because of 5G. Everyone's getting sick now because of 5G, and the virus is the cover story. So you see, no matter what someone wants to believe is going on, they'll just put that story into the story. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
A narrative inside a narrative.
There'll never be a true alien invasion, because I don't believe that there are aliens. However, I think they would tell us about an alien invasion, because that's the fake narrative versus the real reality of and I don't know about the 5G yet, because I've known about the radio signals for a long time, and I know that if you took a satellite dish and you could alter it, and you can get free Wi-Fi, and this is like 15, 20 years ago, you get free Wi-Fi, but they said to keep it high above you, because the frequencies that it brought, it would kill small animals. So if you had pets, it would kill your pets if it crossed in the path of this frequency that you were putting out. And that was from satellite dishes that you converted over to a Wi-Fi, bringing in Wi-Fi for you for free. So that may hinder what it's doing. I mean, that may cause a problem with what it's doing to people.
Vlad.
It depends on what direction it's
I need to interrupt to a comment by Laurie Gale. She says, my gun is my binky, which I just maybe assume is a dildo.
No, I think it's
the exact opposite. It's a dummy.
No,
a what?
A dummy.
A dummy. All right.
No,
yeah.
A pacifier.
A pacifier and a dummy is the same thing. You stupid American.
Why didn't
American.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I thought it was a dildo.
No. But yeah,
I had this picture in my head of Laurie Gale with this gun.
No, God.
Oh my God.
That's terrible. But no, I was literally born with a gun in my hand, because
I can imagine Laurie Gale with that gun.
Oh God, no.
Visualize it.
Poor Laurie, please.
Frozen in time, visualizing it.
Oh my God, VB looks like an old man statue. That is horrifying, VB.
He actually smiled to it. Oh my God, he's moving. He's moving.
Oh my God.
So, guys, how would you feel if they said, "Look, everyone has to get the vaccine now. We've got a special super duper vaccine to save us from the super flu." And everyone
so you can fuck off.
I'd be hiding.
I would be in a tent in the woods.
Yeah, there you go.
What could we do though? Really, realistically, what the fuck could we do? Like, if
there
the
is
government said
nothing
we have to get this shit.
That's a good point, Jed. What can you do? Especially people who like have families and whatever. What are you going to do? Like abandon your family? And it's people's hands are pretty much tied, really.
Yeah, because I remember, I think it was fourth or fifth grade. I remember getting a shot, and they shot, and half the kids got sick. And I remember a couple of them never even came back to school. But I remember it was a vaccine shot, and that was that was fifth grade, so I'd be like 83 or 81, 82. 81, 82. I remember that was the last time I ever got a shot. And everybody in the school got it. I didn't know any difference. I was only 11, 12 or 13 years old. 11. Wait, how old are you when you're fourth, fifth grade? I don't remember. But yeah, that was traumatizing to me. So I was like, and I said half the kids getting sick. And I remember going, "Whoa, like, what the hell was that?"
VB looks like a deep fake right now. It looks like the video on a deep fake CGI thing's gone wrong. But VB's like in a green screen suit, and they've superimposed a body, and it's broken.
Doing the VB, what's going on with VB? That looks
can you full screen VB?
I didn't care, but in the comments, Mark Cannon says, "This is huge, much bigger than 9/11. Last thing I'm worried about is flu. The world's gone nuts over media rumors. Real virus is the media itself. The underlying agenda is far more concerning."
Yeah,
and this is what I've been trying to kind of say. He summed up my whole fucking thought up in that one sentence.
We've lost Matrix.
That's just 3
But yeah,
we've lost the Matrix.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're on the same page with this. It's a concern. It's not the flu itself. It's the aftermath of what the flu is. What they're trying to push as a flu or this coronavirus, which is all it is. It's common cold. I mean, it's less than a flu. Flu's worse, actually.
Well, guys, I've got to get going, but thank you for the invite. And yeah, I meant what I said to Matrix. Everyone laughed when I said get well soon. I do mean that. If you're sick, I want him to get well soon. But yeah, hopefully you guys all take care of yourselves and
thanks.
Yeah, we'll see where we are in a couple of weeks, man. We'll see what's going on. This is a crazy time to be alive, man.
It's weird, man. I've got this anxious feeling, like I'm almost excited but dreading something as well. It's weird.
Morbid curiosity.
That's what I feel about death. I say I don't want to push that, but I'm excited about what's to come after death. When I say I'm not suicidal or anything like that, but I'm looking forward to it.
Jesus.
Well, you guys have a good call, and yeah, I'm sure I'll be back whenever I'm invited. Whenever Jet invites me, mate, I'll be back. All right.
All right, man. You're welcome anytime, every fortnight, man.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers. Someone else is
here.
Matrix is back. Matrix is back.
Hey, sorry about that. Just got cut off.
You left us.
I think JLB to fuck off.
We tell JLB to beat it because he was saying everyone was a hoax. We're just sick of it,
man. John, if you're out there, you speak soon then.
No, he told you to get well soon. He said get well. He really means that.
Yep. Yeah, he sounded sincere.
We're friends. Yeah,
you'll be getting some flowers in the card real soon.
But you got to remember, right? I'm not trying to judge you on anything, Matrix, but you were a flat earther at one point, weren't you?
I was giving flat Earth too much. I gave it
too much credence.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things was, back in 2015. There was no information about the shape of the Earth on YouTube, and so I did some observations, and I could see much further than I should have been able to, and I didn't understand that is actually light refraction.
And how long did it take you to snap out of that? Like between the fact that you started believing Earth was flat to curvature, like how long did that take you? Like the evidence?
It took me about a year. And a bit. It's when I did the size of the sun observation. That was the first thing, with the solar filter. And then I did the size of the moon, which is the same thing. You don't need a solar filter. Then I did star trail observations. The perfect circles around Polaris. Southern hemisphere rotation.
I'm surprised, Matrix, that you didn't come to terms with the fact while doing all this that those are intangible objects that can't even be verified objects.
Yeah. So the problem with that argument is, which I was one of the first people to put out there, we don't know what the sun and moon are, and that back in the broad earth skeptic days.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the problem with that argument is geometry doesn't care about tangibility. Mm-hmm. So it's just the geometry tells us about spatial relationships and the way the sun, moon, and the stars move around us. It just tells us everything, and that's
Yeah, but
confirmed
that's under
by
the
all other.
assumption
That's
that
wait,
these
that's
are
confirmed
physically
by all other
tangible objects
observations.
and that their spatial distance is something that's tangible. You see,
It's irrelevant. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The sun doesn't matter whether the sun's made of cheese or is a hydrogen gas giant plasma ball. Doesn't matter. The geometry tells us about spatial relationships, and because the size of the sun doesn't change angular size, means it must be means it must be very far away, and it appears equidistant to everyone on Earth.
That's all.
So
based
in other words, validation by sunsets. Sunsets debunk flat Earth.
Exactly. Yeah, sunsets are impossible on the flat Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
That's not true.
Depends on what the sun is.
If you look at how
does it sink into the ground?
Just basic geometry. It's just basic
Can I interject?
I mean, light reflection makes it worse.
Kakes would like to interject. The GPV.
I have absolutely nothing to bring to this flat Earth table, so I'm going to go to bed, and I will see you all tomorrow on my show on One versus One Me.
You could have just done that and fucked off and just never made a big hoo-ha about it.
Well, I don't like just dipping.
I'm only Kakes. I'm only kidding. It was a pleasure having you here. And yes, one versus one me. That little prick D with Kakes will be on Sunday at 9.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m.
I'll put
GMT.
the link. I'll put link in description if anyone wants to go and see Kakes talk about stuff.
That's 3 p.m.
Where we like
3
eyes
p.m.
and stuff.
My ring light just turned off, so now I look like shit. The mirror is unveiled. Right. Good night, guys. Have fun.
You're still lovely.
Later.
Thank you. All right, night, boys and men, gentlemen.
Good night. Bye. Anyway, back to man talk. What were we saying before she interrupted? You know what I mean? That's
about
what women do.
The shape of the Earth.
Sunsets proving that Earth is flat.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the killer argument to flat Earth. Okay, it's light refraction. We live in an atmosphere with an atmospheric density gradient. Okay, with that, light bends downwards. So, for instance, say you're 10 miles away from a lighthouse, and that lighthouse on a sphere would be shining a light above your head. The atmosphere in between us and the lighthouse causes the light to bend down so you can see further. Okay, this is just basic light refraction. You take the same gradient density atmosphere and put it on a flat Earth model. What we should see on a sphere Earth model, we see slightly less curve. It appears less curvature. Yeah, we can see a bit further. You take that same set of conditions and put it on a flat Earth model, we would be seeing a combination of flat to concavity all the time. That's just basic light refraction, and it's just the way it is. And it's the end of it's
VB just can't argue against
it. An end all argument.
VB's stunned. Stunned into silence.
And observations show this time and time again. Repeated observations over water and land show this.
That's kind of what I observe as well.
No, honestly, the stream is so fucking horrible and broken up, and I'm just like trying to stay through this, man. I wish I could have actually been listening live this whole time, because the only way I can hear half of this is by playing the YouTube video in the background.
VB, you suck, man. You knew you knew you had the junk internet from the start, and you've just held on there, creating a shitty stream. If you just fucked off to begin with, like the whole stream would have been perfect.
Damn, man.
It would have been, man. And he's trying to make it his mass stream. It's like, if Jed's stream wasn't so shit, I would have been able to listen to stuff. No, your stream shit, VB. If you fucked off, everyone's listening, everybody all right.
I don't know what you're doing with the control panel over there.
I'm fucking doing nothing. I'm doing nothing.
Jed, you know you've been fucking throttling his fucking stream, his bandwidth over there.
Coronavirus bandwidth.
No, the thing is that the YouTube video plays back consistently with no pauses. But what I'm seeing in the Streamlab window,
maybe you should close that window. Maybe it's too much for your computer, like to have that running and this stream.
No, it's the only thing I have going on this computer is
StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard, and it's just
you got no YouTube.
30 seconds. No, nothing in the background. I close the YouTube behind it, and then every 30 seconds it rolls through, and everyone goes silent. or whoever's talking goes silent to me, and I can see everybody else but the person who's talking.
Well, thanks, VB. I appreciate like how we've spent maybe an hour talking about how much the internet sucked in this stream.
See, right now Vlad's frozen. And now he's got the spinning wheel, and now he's
No,
back.
he's laughing. He's laughing. Like, I can see him moving around laughing. Like,
Now he is.
oh my god, you've just ruined the stream. Anyway, right, I'm going to round this up at 3 o'clock. So we've got 20 minutes. So what's the conclusions of this? We've got Matrix Decode, right? So he's sitting here with us. None of us can say it's bullshit because it just insults his experience and what his friends going through. But can we say it's bullshit? Can we just say to Matrix Reload, and you know what? Bullshit.
You can say what you want, mate. I mean, really. I'm just here.
I'm just trying to like.
No, I'm going to say there's probably people dying, but not for the reasons that we're being told. And I mean, like, how do we know? I mean, unless we see it and we recognize it and say, okay, that's a coronavirus. We're only being shown graphic. I mean, it's actually CGI images. It's not the actual.
The numbers are that low. The numbers are that low that why would we see it? Like if the numbers are so low, like they say, why would we see it day to day? If it's like in the fucking hundreds, 300 people, something like that, like we're not going to see it, even if it is so low.
My point is it's just better to be safe than sorry. I mean, at this time, there's no time to like say, oh, I'm going to go out there and take on the coronavirus, and who gives a fuck? It's like, no, just be careful. Like, just take precautions. Think about others around you. That's what I'm saying to people. And this whole conspiracy arena is just, I think it's lost the plot. It's full of paranoid delusionals. Every conspiracy theory you can imagine is coming out of this. But okay, sure, okay, go for it.
Well, then why is YouTube and Google, making Jed's video hard to find? And why is it fucking with our stream? I mean, like, or are they shutting down Kakes live stream right in the middle just because she starts?
You're asking me?
Yeah, like
I don't know, man. I mean, it's just YouTube, man. It's a sensitive subject. I mean,
yeah. So I mean,
this is the toilet. I don't know.
But the whole thing is just a big mind play. It's all about perception controls right now.
Yeah, there's definitely mind games going on with the whole thing for sure.
That's the horror movie that it really is. This is all like a big mind game.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, it's psychological warfare. I mean, people just got to be prepared. That's all. I mean, we don't know what's coming. We've not experienced anything like this. The powers that be could take it in any direction they want, and we're all pretty much powerless to do anything about it. Just look after yourselves.
That's wise words. Wise words. If this is real, that's wise words. But if this is bullshit, you could be just someone that's just caught up in the bullshit.
Yeah, time will tell. Time will tell.
Yep.
It seems like the powers that be care a whole lot about the fucking what gets said about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now's as good a time to implement all kinds of measures of like censorship, and they can do what they want. They're taking control. I mean, this is the world is changing right now. We don't know what's going to be on the other side.
Yeah,
of this,
that's one thing we can all sort of agree on, that whatever is happening right now, the world is in for some big changes. I think, like laws and shit getting changed over this.
Globalist Agenda 21. I mean, what people have been warning about, and now it's going to be the year 2021, and here's Agenda 21.
Do you think this is connected to all that, like Agenda 21, like
the way
this coronavirus?
The way Matrix is talking about it, I mean, if you think about it, yeah, it's the shift to a new world order, and they're going to, like they said, the people have had the factory shut down, so all of a sudden all this clear water is
greener place to live. Like all these people, less traffic on the streets. This is what Agenda 21 want.
It's Thanos. Thanos is at the gates.
It's convenient. It's convenient.
Thanos is at the gates, and Thanos is all about culling off a portion of the population so that the rest can thrive. And they're trying to implement it worldwide.
Right, man. I'm going to end it there because that's very deep. I like it. I like it a lot. Instead of falling asleep.
You know, you're just getting ready to pass out, Jed.
No, I'm not going to pass it, man. That's coming up for 4 hours, man. It's coming up for 4 hours. It's 2:45 a.m. in Scotland.
That's what you get for starting us so fucking late. We're over here fucking at, well, I'm at 9:44.
I started late for you fuckers in America. I started late for you cunts. So you can participate.
I just started fucking at 9 o'clock in the morning.
No one gives a shit though. No one likes your channel.
He wants to start at fucking 12 at midnight.
America, bitch.
He wants to start at midnight.
I'm looking at it, man. Fuck knows. I'm trying to get like a happy medium. I'm thinking I'm thinking 9 p.m.'s too early for Americans, and 11 p.m.'s kind of. I don't know if it's too late for UK people, but I can stay up fucking to 1 a.m. Sorry. So fuck knows, man. I don't care. Fuck them. 11 p.m. That's my time. And Matrix Reloaded, you've been a good guest, man. It's nice to hear that sort of opposing view, like. Because we're all kind of like bullshit, and you're like, nah, man, I had it. My friends got it. So it's good to hear that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having me on. I've been listening to the show for like quite some time. You know, it's just a good place to air some thoughts and opinions, and I really just do it out of care.
You're always welcome back if you think there's any like change to your opinion on this. Like if you thought maybe I never had corona, maybe it was just the fucking flu, and I want to come back and say an opinion on some shit. You're always welcome back. Anyway,
thanks, man. And VB, I love you, bro. Take care, man.
He loves you too. We fucking heard it before you came on. It was like fucking hell, man.
I know. I completely talking about you.
and Vlad, yeah, take care, man. And thanks, Jed. See you.
No problem, man. No problem. See you on the other side, should we say? Maybe in a fortnight we'll all be fucking isolated and locked down and fucking. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it was good seeing you, Matrix, man.
Okay, thanks, man.
Cheers. See you later, man. Yeah. Cheers.
Maybe
right, VB. You got any finish or Vlad? Vlad. We'll finish off with VB because he'll probably have something very, very profound to finish off.
If it happens, we all do a live stream when we're eating our last food rations. And we'll say goodbye to each other, and then we'll all fucking croak over and die, and then we'll see what happens from there. But other than that, everything be fine, people. Don't be fucking scared.
Wiping our ass with the last bit of toilet roll. This is my last bit of toilet roll.
What we need to be concerned about is a couple of dumb fucks that are gonna fucking try to be stupid and fucking act the fool. But other than that, I think people are gonna join together and band together and help each other out. And it's not going to be what they think it is, but they're trying. That's what I was trying to get at too. They're trying to cause chaos, but they can't do it because people are more willing to band together and help out each other versus attack each other. I mean, there's the ones that will, but those are the ones you take out, and that's what needs to happen anyways.
That's very true, Vlad. I think
they're trying to rob you. Take the motherfuckers out.
Exactly, Vlad. I think human nature is always going to be more to help each other. And I think if the world did go into chaos, it would just be a small band of people looting and shit like that. The majority of people would get together and get rid of the looters. I think, Ken. I think that's just the way we are as humans. We're more leaning towards the good than the bad.
Yeah. Because we've all had bad happen to us, and we don't like it. I don't want nothing bad to happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Even people that are assholes. I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen. If whatever happens to them, I don't wish ill will towards them, and I would never do it myself. But but other than that, I mean, like your neighbors or people you know or acquainted with, you're going to help them more than you're going to hurt them. So that's what you need to keep in mind too, everybody out there, is that everybody's going to join together. No matter what this is, it doesn't matter what it is. Everybody's going to, there's going to be the few fuck bags that are going to try to cause some shit. Well, take them out because they need to be taken out anyways because they can't understand that we need to be here for each other. So with that,
very wise words, Vlad. Very wise words.
I wish the best for everybody, and don't worry. Lori, she was concerned about, and she's out in the middle of nowhere, I think. I don't know why she has to worry.
I think she moved back to Florida or something, or fucking somewhere. She's been moving all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of on the outskirts. Even my girlfriend's house and my mom's house, it's kind of on the outskirts of Mobile, so it's not really in the city. And but even going into the city, it's not that bad here yet. But I'm not in a major city because Mobile's not a major city. I mean, it's big for Alabama, but it's not a major city.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen the really chaos that may be in other cities. Other than I haven't even seen no videos. I've been looking for videos of all this shit happening. I mean, they show empty shelves, but they don't show people fucking fighting and stuff like that. So I don't see that. I don't see that happening yet. But when it does, you take out the fuckers that are causing it and go on.
Yeah.
And go on.
I'm sure like human nature will band together like to get through this kind of shit. But Vlad, very wise words, man. Good hearing you.
Thanks. I wish I would have went last, but whatever. Fuck off.
No, well, if I knew you were going to have such a fucking epic speech, I would have let you go last.
So
but,
what? Am I expected to say something?
Well, let's cut VB
God.
off then.
Oh my God! Right, VB.
Okay, now I hear you.
Like you're just a spunk rag. Like Vlad was the Vlad was the ejaculation. You're now the wipe. Right, so you're the spunk rag.
No,
what are you going to tell us?
It's just really weird because while Vlad is sitting there talking, I can hear Jed breathing and going, yeah, aye. But I don't hear Vlad talking. So I don't know what you're doing with the control panel, Jed. I don't know what you're like clicking signals to different channels and stuff or something because I can hear.
You got to look back.
You've been the worst guest in the world tonight, Vlad. VB, sorry. You've just interrupted about the fucking connection. You've gone on about the quality, the audio, the fucking. Oh my God! No one else has complained. So I think it's coming from your side.
I think it's you fucking with the channel signal sends, and you're sending audio here, shutting audio off there, you're cutting off this there. Like right now, you're frozen.
I should have given Vlad the fucking finishing word, man. You're lame. You're fucking lame.
But I'm still moving.
Oh, I have a lot more.
I can see Vlad clicking on and off on his mute. I don't know if he's saying something.
Right, man. Have a good have a good isolation and have a good quarantine. I'll hopefully see you in 2 weeks. And it's going to be interesting, the toilet in 2 weeks, to see how far this shit has progressed. So, Vlad, VB, I love you guys. I'll see you on the other side.
Later.
All right, later, guys.